peace forever and always. Welcome to another edition of the Reality's Temple on Earth. Your host is his divine masculine brother AdMinister Taalik Ibn'rad.
So many of you may know who T-Mod of Georgia is. I've been a long-time subscriber myself and had a lot of respect for him. Unlike many black people on YouTube, T-Mod promoted personal responsibility and criticized those who blame slavery and the white man for their problems. While I didn't agree with much else he had to say, his central premise of personal responsibility precluded that he was having a conversation for black people about black people. Since white people weren't a part of his conversation and weren't being blamed for anything, I didn't bother criticizing the points he made that I didn't agree with. It really wasn't any of my business. But now that's changed. Today he made a video supporting Lauren Way's Reality's Temple and calling for people to financially support it. The Reality's Temple is Golem Boy's black supremacist campaign where he meets with other black racist leaders to unify them in a campaign to bring political power to black supremacy, essentially giving them the power they need to not only preach racism but also practice it as well. T-Mod has always defended his association with this Holocaust-denying black supremacist, saying that loyalty to friends was important to him. Well, I could respect that value and had no need to criticize it. Now he has asked everyone to donate to Ray's black supremacist campaign. So he's not just being loyal to a friend, he actually supports Golem Boy's message of anti-white bigotry, and that makes it my business. One of these so-called leaders that Golem met with was Seti. He's a black racist that promotes an ideology indistinguishable from Aryan theory, which the Nazis adopted to justify the Holocaust. By the way, Golem denies the Holocaust in his, oh-so-not-racist way. Seti also called for direct violent action against white people who do not submit themselves to the black master race. Golem, despite claiming to be against racial violence, met with him to discuss how they could advance their common agendas. Now T-Mod, who claims to be against racism himself, is encouraging people to donate to the Reality's Temple so Golem can meet with other leaders like Seti. Let me ask you all, if I went around the country meeting with the grand wizards of the KKK and neo-Nazi leaders, would it raise some questions about the sincerity of my anti-racist commitments? If I were friends with people who promoted the idea that black people are inferior to white people and proclaimed my loyalty to them no matter what racial hatred they promoted, would you believe I'm really against racism? Yeah, what if I encouraged you to donate to neo-Nazis and the KKK? What would you think then? Well, that's the equivalent of what T-Mod has done. Golem loves to talk about how he's not really against white people, just white racist. But then he makes videos claiming that all but a few white people are racist, demonstrating that his hateful prejudice towards white people only knows a few exceptions, and those are mostly white people who absolutely agree with him and don't ever dare criticize him. Plus, he calls any black person that is critical of him a dark European. And that reveals the truth about Golem Boy. The Reality's Temple is all about the glorification of Golem Boy. He loves to cultivate this image of himself as a grand crusader for the improvement of black people. Yet every time he gets another 100 friends, most of which are just fake accounts he creates or just people he friended at random who friend him back, he makes videos proclaiming his own greatness. And he requires comment approval so he can stop any critical comments. This way it looks like he only receives praise. The truth is, most of his comments are very critical, and now he wants money to help him promote himself. Consider how he treats anyone that criticizes him. Oh, you can disagree with him, but everyone who doesn't have an opinion of him proclaiming his goodness, he viciously attacks. He's made videos calling me a pedophile and lying to his own viewers about something I never said. Then when I caught him on video lying and demonstrated he knew he was lying, he's never offered any apology to me or even his own viewers. He still sends PMs to people telling them I rape little kids. No shit. There were others who criticized him, and he made hateful videos about them. Consider how he treated Aunt Ruckus. She dared call him a racist, and he sent PMs to his followers encouraging them to attack her. He also made videos smearing her reputation with the most mean-spirited language. He made a video that claimed that I poisoned their relationship. He acts like women are just stupid, empty vessels waiting for a man to come tell them what to think, and he just can't believe that Aunt Ruckus came to her own conclusions independent of me or any man. In this video, he uses a Garden of Eden analogy to make his point, and in it, I'm the snake that confuses a stupid woman who needs a man to tell her what to think. And guess who he is in this analogy? You got it. He's God, watching the snake poison the woman. He thinks he's God. And after he and his black racist supporters had harassed Aunt Ruckus to the point she left YouTube, he made a video dancing on her grave. Ha ha ha, I beat up a woman. Yeah, real fine piece of work, that one. T-Mont even dismisses any responsibility Golem has for his time in a mental institution, which shows he's only for personal responsibility when it's not his friends. Angelsnupnup7 got a gun to go after a guy he claims stole money from him. To avoid ending up in prison where he knew he'd be passed around like a joint in a drum circle, he pleaded innocent by reason of insanity. Then they throw his ass into a mental institution where he's constantly combative, violent, and uncooperative with the staff, so they don't let him out for 10 years. Now he wants to blame everybody but himself for his mistakes in life, and T-Mont won't call him on his bullshit. And that's why T-Mont thinks Golem is such a good guy. Of course he does. T-Mont kisses Ray's ass in all the right places. He picks him up and coddles him and strokes his head and says, "You good man, Angel. Yes, you good. Little baby Angel, good." Essentially, T-Mont sticks a bottle in Angel's mouth and feeds his ego, so Angel is nice to him. But T-Mont doesn't know the true Angelsnupnup7. I don't care if they broke bread together or not. If you don't ever suggest Angel is responsible or that he's a racist, he's a nice guy. He's all sweetness and peaches. But if you dare suggest that he's not this righteous crusader against evil, you learn the true Golem. He will make the most hateful videos about you and lie through his teeth shamelessly about anything he can to try and turn people against you and to hide the truth about his deceptive cons. Try criticizing Angel sometime, Tiamat. Not just disagree with him. Suggest that he ever made a mistake or he did something wrong in his life. You'll learn who he really is. It's one thing to defend your association with this Holocaust-denying racist. It's another thing entirely to financially support his message and encourage others to do the same. It makes me question your sincerity, and I encourage others to consider how blatantly hypocritical T-Mod is being. Also, Golem Boy will make videos responding to this one, telling everyone I rape little kids and that I call for all black people to be lynched and that I said Jim Crow was a great program. He'll lie through his teeth. He does this because he can't refute the criticisms I have of him, and he knows if he can get a response, he'll increase his views. Look at his videos. The only ones that ever get any views are the ones of him arguing with people, going back and forth in the comments. So I highly encourage everyone to just ignore him. Let him rot in his lonely little cave where he sticks his ugly, sweaty face in front of the camera and yells and screams at everyone all day about how white people did it to him. And then he begs them for money so that he can travel around the country to meet with quote-unquote black leaders. Don't give him the attention he so desperately craves. And whatever you do, don't give that pathetic loser any money to promote his own glorification.
People have the right to their opinion.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Of all the stupid suggestions.
this struggle, we have to hold ourselves up to a certain criteria, a certain image. I cannot talk black revolution and I'm married to a white woman. That's not a good image, because it continues to show that the black woman, that the sister's still not good enough for some reason. You cannot represent McDonald's any kind of way that you feel. You cannot represent the Hyatt Regency Hotel any way that you feel like. You cannot represent a whole lot of different other places your way. You have to represent yourself in the manner that the people expect from these corporations, the image that they built. And before we can marry others and talk about laying down with somebody else, we got to love ourselves. And we haven't got to the point where we love ourselves. So we don't know whether or not this Negro that's still hollering black power, he still have a problem with being black. So he needs a white woman on his arm so he can continue to feel special even though he's hollering black power. What kind of black power you represent?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Angel? This is my very first video. You insisted that I comment back to you. I don't know. Confrontation. Because you are just bored. I don't know what it is. But anyways, here I am. Miss Poison, as you called me. I want to address a couple issues. Peace, love, and always. Peace, love, and always. You're not peaceful at all. Oprah's a nigger. Black people this, black people that. That's not peaceful. The reality's temple. Who makes your temple? Is the temple your home? Who makes your temple reality? By whose terms? Your terms? No. Then you are using religious background here. You're not Muslim, but you're using the Muslim religion here in your video. Well, whatever you're talking about. I don't know. A lot of things you say don't make any sense. Contradictions after contradictions after contradictions. Now, we're going to say something. Back it up. As Mr. JT did, spoke about Oprah's family and how he addressed it, Mr. Constantine. You didn't know anything positive about this woman, but you only used the negative, which is awful. That's not peaceful at all. Peace, love, and happiness. Peace, no. There's no peaceful about that. These stars that you're talking about, they don't live their lives to prove anything to white people. They live their lives as stars to make money. I'm sure they love doing what they do. But because they're productive and positive and they've made something of themselves, they got to be trying to prove something to white people. I don't think that's realistic either. That's your reality. That's not reality. I'm going to make this a little short. I appreciate your love and love me behind what you say. You're contradicting yourself. You don't love anything about anyone. I don't even sure you love yourself. I love you though.
Welcome back to the RNN News. Real nigga news. Brought to you from a real nigga, by a real nigga, for a real nigga. Top story. Angelsnupnup is slick, trifling, and two-faced. Now, Mr. Angelsnupnup, first of all, I want to tell you that because you put comments on my page, or you consider, you say you cool with me, you know what I'm saying, on one hand, but on the other hand, you're going to try to be rude and discourteous to me and think you're not going to be challenged or nobody's going to show you error. So I thought it was my chance to show you error. Let you know what real is about. Let you know that real don't talk in the third person. Real look you dead in the face and say, Angelsnupnup, you're slick. You try to play both sides. Let me show you. You wrote on my personal thing, you said, JT, you know what I'm saying, you said you'll teach me something now. You know what I'm saying? Here's my number. I don't want to talk. You don't know you like that. Okay? First of all. Second of all, you try to act like you don't have no knowledge, talking about you don't believe in no religion, but you be on these things talking about Honorable Elijah Muhammad this, Honorable Elijah Muhammad that. See, I told you on the video I wasn't talking to you, but this time I'm talking to you, Angelsnupnup, whatever they want to call you. Talking about reality corner. What's fucking reality about the Nation of Islam? Y'all some bunch of followers. Yeah, you right, we have some in common who's in prison, and I know a slick, conniving cat when I see one. And when I hear one, you play both sides of the fence. On one side, you want to act like you got knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to help the brothers and sisters. And on the other side, you use your knowledge to belittle and insult us. You would talk about our vices, but never talk about our virtues. You can't even stand behind your convictions on the videos you make. Made a video talking about Oprah is a nigga. And then when somebody checked you or had an objection or didn't concur with your assessment, what you said? Oh, that's my sister. No, you either on our side or you ain't. If you play the middle of the fence, we knock your ass off it. And that's what I'm here to do. Now, Mr. Angelsnupnup, you said that a sister called you, said you need some speaking classes, and you said you don't need that because you was first in the debate class in your high school. So that let me know you like to argue and you can debate, and you full of objections and rebuttals. Then you say you were second in command in the Nation of Islam. I don't know if it was in prison or not, but that let me know that you got knowledge, wisdom, understanding in your culture, the way of life. You know that you're the original man, age of the black man to make it on the cream of the planet of God of the universe. You maybe also know how to speak in Arabic, or you think that makes you something because y'all try to be Arab, Bismillah, and all right here, try to be more Arab than anybody. You know the earth and the sun is 93 million miles from each other. You know the diameter of the earth, 7,900 something, and the circumference 24,000 something, you know. You think you use your knowledge, what Elijah Muhammad says, the 10%. 10% are people who have knowledge, wisdom, understanding, but use it to belittle or put brothers down. If all your videos talking about our vices and not our virtues, you know what I'm saying? You don't mean nothing to us. We don't want to hear you, okay? Mr. Angelsnupnup, you slick. You try to play both sides, and when somebody check you or have an objection or rebuttal, no, God, I was on your side. Listen, Mr. Angelsnupnup, straight up. I don't need you to pat me on the back, see? I pat my own self on the back. I love JT more than anybody. So, because you gave me a nice comment, that don't mean nothing. And second, Mr. Angelsnupnup, JT hold his own nuts, okay? I don't need you to take over for me. I don't need you to talk for me, okay? Now, Mr. Angelsnupnup, if you want to get in my business and ask me what real is having integrity. See, it ain't no killings like it used to be. And when I say that, I mean, dudes used to kill for $1. And you might say, why you want to kill for $1? Just $1? No, it was a principle kill. Bitches kill off principles, dignity, integrity. See, a lot of brothers don't have integrity. A lot of brothers ain't. I feel that brothers that's in the Black Power movement, I know they won't be. I'm like the LeBron James of the black movement. And I'm gonna get me because they know they got a articulate speaker who's knowledgeable and he looks like the youth. That's the difference between me and you, Angelsnupnup. I look like the youth. I'm older than you, wiser than you, but I look like them. I make them feel comfortable. See, I don't disrespect them. I don't put them down. I help them out. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't got no positive to say, why you running your mouth? You don't get that many views anyway, so you don't need to be trying to be controversial. See, I can be mean and just ride you out, but I'm not. I'm going to read something that I wrote down to let you know what real is, and I'll tell you a little story. My name is JT Riley, and what I represent is what I'm about. I can be a wolf in sheep clothing or a sheep in wolf clothing. I am a new breed. I have observed the youth in the streets' behavior and mannerism, and as a result of the youth's bad manners and lack of leaders who are capable of making a persistent plan to initiate change to the street youth, the world needs a breath of fresh air that can lead the youth by example. I am that breath of fresh air and a persuasive communicator. I can go in the religious world, player world, conscious mind world, the hip-hop world, and will establish complete control and complete authority. I am the criteria. I only want 3 things. 1, my brothers to start respecting each other. 2, my brothers to start respecting my sisters. And 3, my sisters and brothers in the streets must eat. And no is not an option. Read, I am giving you the opportunity to explore the minds of a new breed. That damn JT. This is a written and oral reflection of my mind and my character. This written reflection represents my cool. The oral reflection represents the fool. I represent what I am about. Sometimes in order to make change, Mr. Angelsnupnup, you must not ask for permission to make change. Sometimes you must be able to change things. A true leader must establish rules and regulations to his peers. Maintain those standards by any means. See, it's easy for you to talk about what you can do when you ain't no born leader. Born leader don't mean you got knowledge. You got to have personality. You got to have human relation skills. You can't be no slick, two-faced cat like you is, Mr. Angelsnupnup. I'm just man enough to tell you your face. You two-faced. On one hand, you want to be like, because you made a good comment. Oh, I like him. He's cool. He's a good video. I love him. But on the other hand, you want to try to antagonize somebody. As soon as somebody check you or step back, I wasn't saying that. See, I heard a lot of your comments. You said, I didn't make the system. I didn't make the white system that's holding you down. You advocating for it. Y'all screaming, white devil, white devil, white devil. I hated white people more than anybody. I got sucked in. I learned about everything. All these religions. You can't talk over my head, Angelsnupnup. I know about you. I was raised in prison around people like you. And then you said also that you was a criminal lawyer, meaning you was a prison lawyer. You did something that a lot of prison lawyers can't do. get everybody else out, but can't get their own self out. You happen to get yourself out, you talk about it. So that means you know the judicial system. You know how to articulate yourself. And to come on my page and say you don't have no knowledge and try to be facetious or sarcastic to me, I hate people to patronize me. I hate people to assault my intelligence. And the reason I'm spending this time with you, Mr. Angelsnupnup, is because I love smart people. Smart people make me stronger. That's what I need. I feed off smart people. I need you, just like you need me. So I need you to, one, stop being a crab, slick ass nigga. Either you on our side or you ain't. Ain't no half and half because you get knocked off the motherfucking middle. Two, if you don't got no positive to say to me and my brother, shut the fuck up, Angelsnupnup. That's the realest I can get. I don't care if you make videos that I ain't never did nothing to Jake. I don't care. You try to be sarcastic, talk to me in third person. I'm straight up in your face, 3D. Care nothing about y'all. I don't care how you feel about me. I tell y'all ain't my target audience, but you still want to talk about stuff and you ain't real. A real person can stand behind their word. That's all it takes. When I can tell you something and you know it's good, that's good. If that dude tell you something, that's real. That's the internet. My word is my bond, Mr. Angelsnupnup. And it's more for you. I want to see how smart you is, Mr. Assistant Minister, Mr. Lawyer, Mr. First in debate class. Oh, I forgot about your bipartisanship when the Christians want you to speak with them. That's what I do. I get smart niggas and chew them up. That's what I do, Angelsnupnup. And that's what I'm going to do to you. Anything you say slick, from now on, I'm coming. RNN News, Real Nigga News, brought to you from a real nigga, by a real nigga, for a real nigga. And this is dedicated to you, not in third person, to you, Angelsnupnup. That's a real nigga in your motherfucking face. Peace. Welcome back to the RNN News, Real Nigga News, brought to you from a real nigga, by a real nigga, for a real nigga. Top story. Angelsnupnup. I ain't through stepping in your chest. You wanna step in my motherfucking land and fuck with me? Let's see if fucking with somebody is the game you wanna play. Now, I hear you all the time talking about cracker this and the white people this and the white people that. See, cats like you gonna keep us down, okay? Cause we gonna be looking at the white people and niggas like you be the ones stealing from a nigga, taking from a nigga, and dogging a nigga out. I know a slick nigga when I see one. I ain't no motherfucking play toy, and I don't see why you try to play me as a motherfucking play toy. I am an avalanche. I am an earthquake. I am a tsunami. You can't do nothing but wait me out when I come. Now, it's easy for all you can talk about everything that's wrong with us, okay? When you gonna come up with a video that talk about the goodness of us? You can make these, the comment thing, that's why I don't comment. That's why I don't do no comment. Because some of y'all be taking some shit out the books and putting it on there like these motherfuckers smart motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And when it's time to make a video, you be like, damn, that nigga can't even think. That nigga can't articulate himself, you know? Angelsnupnup, the world needs new ideas. That old way of nigga, that black way of thinking, you can talk bad about white people, but when white people are in your presence, you fucking scared. Oh, they're watching us. Oh, you got to watch how they do, how they look at you. You got to watch how you act. I cannot cuss and articulate myself, but you can. Or if somebody tells me that I can take my cursing and my derogatory words to the poetry world and express myself, that's art. But if I do it in a civilized environment, that's being rude and profane. That's double standard. See, y'all on one hand want to act like you got some sense, and on the other hand, act like you the only one with some sense, okay? I can't stand cats like y'all, you know what I'm saying? Always trying to beat a brother down, but ain't gonna give no brother no help. Help a motherfucker, okay? Why you ain't got no video talking about the NAACP, nigga? Since you talking about white shit, let's talk about the NAACP. Can motherfucking represent you, but can't give you a motherfucking job. Nation of Islam, what the fuck? Can't go get a job from them. Only way you gonna get a job is motherfucking selling bean pies and motherfucking final causes. Everybody got something to say. Angelsnupnup, what you got to say to help us young niggas out the ghetto? What can you do to help us instead of talking to your empty rhetoric? You ain't no leader. So that reality temple shit, I don't know what the fuck that is. You ain't no fucking leader. You motherfucking scary ass niggas, and niggas like you need to be motherfucking took out. I don't give a fuck how y'all take it. Scary ass niggas. I hope the white people don't think of me bad. I hope the white people don't look at me this way. I hope the white people this and that. And on one hand, on the other hand, black power. The fuck out of here. There's only two types of people in this world. Real and motherfucking fake. I don't care how you look at it. Real and motherfucking fake. It's real blacks. It's real whites. It's fake ass blacks. It's fake ass whites. So to make that white this, white that, I already been there. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. I told you I could have been the leader of the Black Panther Party, the Nation of Islam, the 5% Nation. I told you, I am the best of the best. I can communicate with anybody. I am the nigger whisperer. You hear me? The nigger whisperer. That a nigga that come in contact with me. If JT get in your system, you fucking stuck. You stuck. Ain't no getting around me. I don't give a fuck. If you got any realness in your bones, you check me out one time, it's over. That's my motherfucking dog. See, I care less what people think about me. I don't say shit just to get somebody's attention. I always give them young brothers knowledge. I can talk about pussy all day. I can talk about guns all day. When I was 16, me and my partner had 46 when we counted guns. That's when I was 16. I can talk about drugs all day. My mama ain't say, JT, I don't want you to hang around that dude or that dude. My mama say, I don't want you to hang around your uncle. I don't want you to hang around your auntie. I don't want you to hang around your cousins. I couldn't hang around my cousins and family because they always was in the dope game. I've been through some shit. And brothers need to learn to teach. You want to show your education, but you don't want to teach nobody. You want to talk about shit that don't got nothing to do with us. Who gives a fuck if white people think about Oprah? Who gives a fuck? Tell me. Miss Oprah is strapped. And you want to talk about Miss Oprah? Let me give you some knowledge of Miss Oprah. Okay? Miss Oprah come from a strong bloodline. Nickel. Very strong bloodline. One, her granddaddy's name was Mr. Constantine. Mr. Constantine was a strong motherfucking man. Strong. He had willpower. Willpower is the power to grieve at your own decision and act on it independently. Let me tell you a story. Mr. Constantine went to Miss White Lady's house. He said, Miss White Lady, that land over there you ain't using, you know what I'm saying, can I use that down, can I work that land, you know, get you like 2,000 pounds of cotton, and I can get that land over there? Miss White Lady went and go tell Paul. Paul said, sure, tell him yeah. Constantine, you got yourself a deal. Mr. Constantine picked that cotton, knowing that it's thorns on the north, south, east, and west of him. Knowing that he would have back pain. But he had willpower, and that's the power to grieve at his own decision and act on it independently. And that's what Mr. Constantine did. Next year, Mr. Constantine got his land, went to farming on his land, made $300, $250, $275, went back to more land. Why? Because Mr. Constantine wanted to build a school that can help the people. Now, the reason I told you that story is Mr. Constantine had willpower. Somewhat I got. But my willpower is 10 times stronger than Mr. Constantine. And willpower is the power to grieve at your own decision and act on it independently. Only thing I want to talk about, Mr. Angelsnupnup7, is my brothers on the streets eating. Come up with a remedy. Come up with a video that's going to help them eat. Nobody want to hear your bullshit about your religious beliefs. Nobody want to hear that bullshit on how people articulate themselves. That's some bullshit. You sound like motherfucking Elijah Muhammad, dumbass. Yeah, I say dumbass. Had a 3rd grade education. Went up to Detroit following the motherfucker. And you ain't even know that he was following Nova Drew Ali until Nova Drew Ali died and Farad tried to take on them brothers. Said, hell no, get your ass out of here, you white Anglo-Saxon for the cockers now. And you right here talking bitches crackers and crackers this and cracker that. A bitch can throw you that a mixed motherfucker is your leader. Get the fuck out of here. And God, get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. I care for my brother. Mr. Angelsnupnup7. You want to patronize people. Oh, intellects see the real. Fuck them. Fuck you too. You know what I mean? I got a whole bunch of, I could just go on all day just say fuck, 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 fuck. Shit, my favorite song is Shit, Damn, Motherfucker. Shit. So what? You gonna say something about that? Look it up. Shit, damn, motherfucker by D'Angelo. You'll be around the house to be talking about, motherfucker, woo. I be jabbing. But, young brothers, when y'all see Angelsnupnup, remember, people are out to belittle you. People are out to show you they have knowledge, but they only want to do is get over on you. They're not going to look out for your best interests, okay? They want to be superior over me. I'm like this. I'm straight up with y'all. We even. I love my brothers. We even. I ain't going to never try to step on y'all toes. But I tell any of my brothers, Benny toes going to get stepped on. Shit, nigga, I'm going to be doing the stepping. Shit, y'all going to step on me. You know, Angelsnupnup, all y'all my big brothers. But you have to realize this, brother. Just because I call you my big brother, that don't mean I'm the little brother. Like I said, I match you wit for wit. I'm just trying to make you feed my sickness. This ain't no video with no substance in it. Shit, I'm just talking. I just want you to feed my sickness. I don't give a fuck you don't reply. Shit, that's more videos for me. Shit, that's more I'm gonna make on your ass. I'ma stop. My mama said don't get off a nigga until he can't move. Step in his chest until he can't move. And you moving right now, and I'm finna keep it on you. Keep the pressure on you. Angelsnupnup, you slick. Your knowledge ain't shit. Since you want to come on my personal page and tell me teach you something, teach me something, nigga. Open your mouth so I can show the whole YouTube world that you ain't shit. And I know they don't mean nothing. People like, I don't give a fuck about that, JT. So, I do. That's just one less bomb we have to worry about. So, all you young niggas, do not fuck with niggas that try to use, that think they knowledge is shit. If they can't make you feel comfortable, if they ain't trying to teach you and put you on their motherfucking level, but bitch trying to just keep you under them, he's not in your best interest. I'm always trying to make you better than me. I'm trying to make y'all strong. I'm trying to make all y'all niggas obese. Old motherfucking beast. All these young niggas just fatter than a motherfucker. JT, I can't take that much knowledge. You feed me too much, dog. I can't take it. I'm obese. Nigga, I'm trying to kill you, nigga. I'm trying to kill you with knowledge. I love you niggas. AdMinister or Angelsnupnup. You about that bullshit. And I'm telling you in 3D. If I got to tell you in 10 videos. You about that bullshit. This is freestyle. I like freestyling sometimes. Mr. Angelsnupnup. And like I said, I don't care if you don't respond, I'm still going to step in your chest. You going to feed my sickness. Sooner or later, you want to put on these comments on my thing, you going to feed my sickness. I'm going to make you do it. You're clowning my circus now. Let the games begin. Peace. RAN News, Real Nigga News. Peace. Slick stuff.
Welcome back to the RAN News, a Real Nigga News brought to you from a real nigga, by a real nigga, for a real nigga. Top story. Angelsnupnup. Yo bitch ass. This nigga always want my motherfucking attention. I don't even be thinking about this motherfucking nigga, and he wanna come over here and act like he a beast. Act like he a killer. Angelsnupnup, you ain't no killer. You a bitch. And you know that. Now, why do I call Angelsnupnup a bitch? One, he can't stand behind his word. Two, when I was on your blog radio show, Mr. Angelsnupnup, you stayed in your motherfucking bitch ass place. You wasn't this beast that you is on my page now. You ain't this beast that, you know, you claim to be to take me down. Yeah, you say anybody try to steal JT shine, JT try to take him out. Now, I'm giggling. It's so funny because what was so funny, Mr. Angelsnupnup, compared to me, you like a candle to the sun. I ain't nothing 3 million miles from your motherfucking ass. I'm right in your motherfucking face. And just because I cuss or call you a bitch ass motherfucker, that don't mean I practice barbarism. That don't mean I'm a savage. Because I use words, forms, or expressions that you consider are incorrect or bad. Everybody say, JT don't talk proper English. Bitch, English ain't English, bitch. Shit. You act like England is in Europe. It's off the coast of Europe. 40 miles from France. But it ain't no motherfucking English language. They ain't come up with shit. I always talk about JT, you always talk ghetto. What is the English dialect? That's ghetto. 17 meanings for one word. But you're going to tell me about my rhetoric. You're going to tell me how I'm going to teach the brother, or how I talk to the brother. Because your shit ain't potent in mine. Your boring ass page. You always motherfucking title riding the motherfucker. You'll never talk about I be picking on brothers. You'll never see me on none of my videos redo a bitch video. Read his, I'm gonna do this. I see his video and I'm gonna redo it. No, the only people I always went against was your bitch ass, Wise Nubian bitch ass, Sergeant Willie Pete bitch ass, and motherfucking Jigga Man Bang Bang stupid ass. And the reason I went against you is because you cannot stand on your convictions. You say one thing and do another. And you want to talk about you a leader. See, a leader don't try to destroy their strengths. You know what I mean? You say you're going to destroy me. How you going to destroy me? You know what I mean? The black race won't let that go down. I'm too strong. See, I got both worlds on me. You want to go in the politician world? Hear me. You want to go in the religious world? Hear me. You want to go in the player world? Hear me. You want to go in the conscious mind world? Hear me. You want to go in the ghetto or the motherfucking urban world? Hear me. Angelsnupnup. If anybody look at your videos and really listen to the things you say, you two-sided. You'll make a video saying, hey, I'm against this, and then you'll say something like, if it did happen this way, he had the right to do it. You're playing both sides of the fence. Either you on or off. For a bitch knock your ass off. I hope you knock your motherfucker's ass off on the white side. Let the white motherfucker get on your motherfucking ass. See, Angelsnupnup, I'm the realest thing in the world. Not in America, in the world. All 7 continents. All of them. All in Antarctica. Australia. Shoot. I'm everywhere. Asia, Africa, and Europe. North and South America. You can't get around JT. If I was around anybody for a week, they gonna say that they're JT. I done had Aryan Nation motherfucker men say they wish JT was white. JT, I wish you was white. How many you ever had that? That's hard to get. See, the difference between me is I was raised around Jesus. That's all I had time to do is learn from Jesus. But you was a mental patient. Don't forget that. You always talk about, well, they said it in court that I'm not certified as a mental patient. Bitch, they ain't put you in there for nothing. What made you flew over the cuckoo's nest? You want to break me down? Break me down. I told you mess with the sun. You mess with the sun. And I ain't 93 million miles from your ass. See, you want to tell the people like you, talk to the people like you got knowledge, wisdom, understanding of our culture, our way of life, and of ourselves. Or yourself. You think you got all this knowledge, wisdom, understanding of yourself, your culture, your way of life. You want everybody to be obedient to you, militant to you, humble to you, tolerant to you, understanding to you, courteous to you, respectful to you, honest to you. When you're not honest to them, but you want them to be honest to you in their thoughts, deeds, and their actions. You want them to be alert and dependable for you, but you ain't gonna do it for others. See, I know people like you. See, when you strip niggas like you down to your birthday suit, you can't see nothing but the truth. And that's what I am, a stripper. Hey. I'm a stripper, nigga. Yeah, I have to say certain times you, in order the truth so nasty so much, so I say the truth so hard sometimes you got to make it a joke so they can get it, so they can stomach it. See the difference between me and you, Mr. Angelsnupnup, bitch ass. Yeah, I know you don't like cuss words. I'm gonna cuss your motherfucking ass out. So everybody in the world, you gonna tell, what are you gonna tell everybody? Oh, JT curse on. Yeah, I know that. Shit. That's why I love that nigga. That's my motherfucking dog. Shit. Tell your motherfucking ass how it motherfucking is. He ain't lying. Check on my video. See, the thing, Angel, is when you send people my way, you make videos of me, you just send people my way and I just convert them. Got you. Got them like that. You can't get around me. You know what I mean? I'm going any side I want to. I'm a universal nigga. And that's what I'm trying to teach these brothers. I hate it. When I hate it, y'all soft. You cushion, nigga. When I hate it, nigga, I draw blood for hate. I like blood on me when I hate. Talking about you a mental patient. You was a mental patient. You still is a mental patient fucking with me. Thinking that little candle of shine you got is bigger than the sun. Not the sun. You got me fucked up. Shit. You better than them motherfuckers. Nigga, I peel your motherfucking ass daily. JD, what you gonna do? I'm gonna go peel Angelsnupnup7. Shit. Oh, peel this motherfucking ass. Oh, give a shout out to all my sisters, brothers in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all having y'all thing over there. Shoot first, ask question last. I love y'all. But right now, I'm on Angelsnupnup7, bitch ass. See, Angelsnupnup7, you think that, you know what I mean, that you can be black power on this hand, but as soon as these white boys have a rebuttal or an objection, you jump on their side. You don't know what side you on. See me, I'm so deep, y'all be thinking I be talking about, you know, certain things when I be talking about other things. Mentalities. That's what I'm talking about. When you have to live around crooks, when you have to daily wake up around crooks, when you have to always worry about the short con and the low con every single day, you know a crook. And you know, your bitch ass is a motherfucking crook. So, I'm going to go 1 minute, and I'm going to go to the 10-minute mark, and I'm going to just call you motherfuckers all kinds of ways for 1 minute. It goes now. Angelsnupnup, you bitch ass motherfucker. I know you don't like me, motherfucker, but I don't give a motherfuck. You big head motherfucker. I hope your motherfucking ass motherfucking fall right motherfucking now. I hope you bump your big ass black dome ass motherfucking head as you hit the motherfucking ground. I hope you motherfucking get up and the motherfucking monkey kick you in your motherfucking ass. You run back in the room so you can fuck his motherfucking ass. I hope you motherfucking go to the motherfucking T-Mart bitch ass motherfucking house and motherfucking give him a little of that little soft Peter. I hope you motherfucking I hope you drive off a fucking road, bitch. I don't like you. I hate you, you motherfucker. I want to tell you in your face. I don't like you too. I don't like T-Mart and I don't like you. And I never like you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers ain't nothing. You motherfuckers, when a motherfucker undress you motherfuckers, oh, they'll see the motherfucking truth. Cause y'all niggas don't mean us no good. You motherfuckers. So I hope this motherfucking message was given to you in a great motherfucking way. This is the RNN news, a real nigga news brought to you from a real nigga, by a real nigga, for all real niggas. Motherfucker. Angelsnupnup, yo, bitch ass nigga.
Hey, what's up, brother Taalik and the reality temple of the Black United States. This is my name's Kiz, by the way. Sorry, it's rude not even to introduce myself. This is my first video ever. Usually just read the comments kind of guy, but I ran across your videos and I was amazed at the fact that you had as many subscribers as you did and all that. So, I checked out some more of your videos, and honestly, the ignorance and just blatant hypocrisy and overall just misguided emotion and passion is, I had to say something. It's sad to me to see. I mean, to me I don't respect you enough intellectually to suspect you of being false in what you say. I mean, I guess you're dumb enough to be trustworthy, I guess. So to me that's why it's really dangerous. I don't think you're just trying to hype people up and you're trying to piss people off. I think that you truly believe your rhetoric and you truly think that the evil white man is out to oppress the black man and and all that. And historically it's absolutely true. I mean, I'm talking like you. The white European imperialists have obviously, did horrible things to gain control and power and influence throughout the world. And, that is terrible, and no one is condoning that or saying that that should have happened. But in reality, you can see that story, and that story is prevalent if you just examine white Europeans. Look through all of the Middle East, throughout Asian cultures, throughout African cultures. I mean, throughout the beginning of time, it's been one group of people wanting what another group of people had, and whatever means necessary, that's what happened. I mean, the world wasn't always as civilized as it is now. And that's the joke to me. That's you need to wake the fuck up and realize that you are living in a world that is chill, that is civilized, that doesn't matter what color you are. There is still ignorance and there's still racism in the world, and you are living proof of it. That's what you don't realize. As long as you view problems as black problems, Mexican problems, white problems, yellow problems, brown problems, green problems, whatever, you're not realizing that people are people, and people have problems, and we need to work as our problems as a people. Not black people don't need to unite against the evil white people. We just need to, break down both of those barriers altogether, and that's what you're working against. You are working for racism and for separatism, and that's sad. It's just sad, really. And the 200 and some odd 60 followers you have, they're the only people probably more idiotic than yourself. So, I know I didn't really give points for you to argue about in your videos because honestly, they're not coherent enough. The only coherent theme I can get out of them is that you're a racist idiot, So, I guess this isn't really a rebuttal. This is more or less me speaking out against you and people like you. So, I hope something happens in your life where you wake up and realize that people are people, and you can't assume things about people's character based on their color. Or you can't even generalize their culture as being bad, So, because you'll probably tell me you don't hate individual white people, but you just view, their culture and their history to be evil. But it's the same thing. It's like me saying you're not evil, but you're the spawn of Satan. It's the same thing. So I'm rambling now. I don't want to be guilty of doing what you do, so I'm gonna cut it. All right, man. Peace, and real love from a white man who loves you even though you're a black man. All right, late. Hey, what's up, brother Taalik? This is Kiz again, back with a response to your video. I appreciate that, by the way. Like you said, I don't have any subscribers or a bunch of followers or anything like that, so I realize that arguing with me isn't necessarily gonna benefit your cause and the spreading the black movement. So hopefully you continue just to talk with me in a hopes to better understand each other rather than just try and draw attention to our websites or ourselves. I figured I'd start this video with a question. Sometimes if we just go off the top of our heads, we can do stuff like say 1,000 times, which I've been doing, and sometimes lose track of the real content and what our arguments are really supposed to be about. So, okay, since I've talked to you, I've watched some of your videos, and I noticed that it's you and a lot of your subscribers feel that black people are incapable of racism, or that the definition of racism or the idea of racism can only exist because of white people or white supremacy, and if white supremacy didn't exist, therefore racism wouldn't exist. If white people didn't point out the fact that we were different, then apparently nobody else would have noticed. I don't quite get how you could believe that, but okay. If you look at the tribalism that's happening in Africa and the Congo and Uganda, all those areas are exclusively black areas, And the reason they hate each other is race related and religion related and and tribal customs, basically, just differences in culture. I mean, so if you don't see the connection that it doesn't, with 0 white people present, the people can still pick out reasons to hate each other based on physical characteristics or cultural characteristics, then I don't know. I mean, that's willful ignorance, So, okay. Moving on from that, you have this guy named Black Pride, who's I assume he's black. I haven't seen any pictures of him, so he might be really covert, like white supremacist, just trying to make black people look stupid. I mean, because like his level of stupidity, it seems almost fake. But just to quote him, this is a black man, by the way, who you claim is not capable of racism. In one comment page on one video, he referred to he used the terms ignorant cracker, white devil, a Mexican shit stain, wetback asshole. I mean, if those aren't racist remarks, I don't know what you could classify them as. I mean, all right. So, I guess I'm hoping to. I hope that you'll address those questions and actually think about them, not just respond with your loud, and over animated, like ready response that you seem to have for everything. Actually, if the term white devil and Mexican shit stain aren't racist terms, then what are they? What are they? Okay, and moving on. White people do not share a common history. That's something else that I think you're ignorant of. You keep lumping all white people together and assuming that all white people have the same history. It's just not true. I'm Norwegian Swedish. That's Nordic, Scandinavian, later called, that's a whole, type of white person with its own specific history. A little farther to the south in Europe, there was the Germanic and, the Anglos and the Saxons and the Jutes. They're all different types of white people. They're Spanish people are white people, and all different history. The Spanish was an empire that had its own history of conquistadors that, integrated with the Indians and started the Mestizo people, and that started its own race. So in a lot of ways, too, our histories intermingle through travel and trade, and race gets blurred in those lines, and history gets blurred in those lines. So ethnic history and white history, and it's just global history. It's all history. It's just the history of mankind. There's no evil white history and pure any other history. There's in all of the different cultures, you'll find horrible atrocities, injustice, slavery, class systems, no middle class, peasant kingdoms. Throughout, if you educate yourself, then you can't have that hatred in your heart, because truth and knowledge is a power, and if you just remain ignorant to the truth that no people is perfect, and all things black is not all things good, all things white are not all things evil, goes all around. I'm rambling. Alright. My final point I want to make for this video is you claim that you're crying out for justice. See, I don't feel that you're crying out for justice. I think that you're crying out for a handout. There's a difference. You're crying out for charity, for welfare, basically. I mean, let's face it, man. You never picked any cotton, and if you did, you got paid for it. Or if you didn't get paid for it, then I don't know, you're an idiot, or just way nicer than me, or something. I don't know. I hear a lot of people claim that they're entitled to something that somehow their ancestors' work is their work. That's not the case. It's not the fact. You know, I'm white. You like to talk about all my ancestors and how successful they were and how privileged they are. I haven't experienced any of it. I go to, schools with all minorities and poor neighborhoods, and, I have the same advantages and privileges as all the people around me, regardless of their color. So I certainly am not entitled to anything any white person has ever done. You aren't entitled to anything any black person has ever done. I mean, I don't care if every last one of your ancestors was in slavery. They've been dead for a long time, and none of their work affected you negatively in any way. I mean, yes, it's a dark, horrible part of U.S. history, but like I said, it's part of everybody's history. It's not exclusively your history. So I think at this point, anybody who's still crying for justice from slavery is just trying to exploit the injustices of the past to make an excuse for their own shortcomings and make an excuse for them not achieving anything. So I don't know. I think I should be done talking in this video and just let you have whatever rebuttal you want to have. So, all right, man. Until we talk again. Like.
Greetings, folks. T-Mott. I'm going to make a little history. You already saw the title, White People Clean Up Their Own Messes. The reason I say I'm making history, I am responding to Snups, a comment that he made to a close friend of mine who happens to be a white guy. How about that? I need to make something clear. First off, I never share any videos. I never ask people to subscribe. I'm not on YouTube for subscriptions or views. I have only been interested in people that were seeking a way out and up. Formulas, the unique thing about formulas, if you apply them correctly each and every time, the result will be the same each and every time. You might have to do it more than once to get it right, but eventually you'll get it right. That being said, color or race does not have to stop you. Now, where am I going with this? Therefore, I don't put other people's names in my videos. I don't put them in my tags because I don't need nobody else to help me do what I do. All I need is God. You understand where I'm coming from? With the exception of needing God, I'm self-sufficient. So I don't ride another man's job to get or accomplish what I want to accomplish. That's point number one. Point number two, I don't give a damn about racists. I said that in the very beginning of my videos. So no, I don't talk about the KKK. I don't talk about racist white Caucasians because I don't give a damn about them. They ain't gonna stop me. They don't stop me. Now, if y'all want to focus on them, go right ahead. Be my guest. There's a whole bunch of fools out there want to talk about racist white Caucasians. I just ain't one of them. Point number three, I address the black community. There is where my primary concern lies as a black man. But as a Christian, I deal with all that are seeking truths concerning Christianity. But when it comes to the issues going on in the black community, it is up to us to clean up those issues and not liberal white Democrats or the white man, let alone racist white Caucasians. So no, I don't talk about them. So why am I saying that? His comment about the fact that I call some incorrigible Negroes who are at an institution of higher learning going around stomping and throwing chairs. Go back to the video where Darian Albert was stomped and kicked, okay? And one guy with a camera, oh man, they put that nigga to sleep. These same fools laughing and going, so when I call them animals, Negroes got the nerve to be mad with me? I mean, you know, y'all are some goddamn fools. You really are. They are animals. That's what they are, and that's what I call them. Ain't got a goddamn thing to do with what I think about the black race. This was about those fools and what they were doing in that cafeteria. Now, this will be the last response that I ever make to Angelsnupnup7, because a man came into my home, slept in my beds, ate our food, okay, met my family, and then turn around and stab me in the damn back. And I ain't done a damn thing to him except, and I'm not even going to get into that. You know what? Because that was part of a Christian thing that I was doing. So I'm not going to tell you the real reason why the man decided to do a turnaround. Look at all the videos the man got using my name in his videos, and all to get views. But Angelsnupnup, I don't need you to get views, because I'm not after views. I am only interested in serving folk that's trying to find a better path in life. And you need to get that. And no, I'm not going to make not one single damn video talking about racist white Caucasians, because I don't give a damn about them. But I will continue to call out the behavior of black folk. And as far as poor goes, Negro, I'm poor too. Hell, I get up every morning to go work. You understand what I'm saying? Wealthy or rich is when you don't have to do that. Now, that's from the perspective of the world. But from a godly perspective, I am as rich and wealthy as they come. I got my health. I have a loving family. I have loving and kind friends who respect me because I respect them. And they don't take my kindness and then turn around and stick a knife in my back. Okay? So, you know, you need to check yourself, brother. And all you Negroes, and I'm going to mention your name, David Brayboy, leave my name out your mouth, man. You know, you got an issue with me like I told JT Riley. Come down here to Atlanta and see me personally. But all you Negroes talking about me, y'all need to get a clue. And I know some of y'all, T-Mod, why you worrying about them? Why you addressing them? Sometimes, folk, you have to stand up and get a nigga off you. Okay? Because, you know, the old saying, they can't ride you if you don't bend over. And every now and then, you know, I need to do a little house cleaning. So this is some house cleaning like Jesus did when he threw those money changers out of the temple. They had repurposed the temple, and he was setting the record straight. So I'm setting the record straight so that all of you understand where I'm coming from. You know, if you Negroes got anything you want to say to me, come see me to my face like men. Otherwise, shut the hell up. T-Mod out.
Hello again. Okay, here in this video. This is a video reply to somebody who is so asleep it's not even funny, okay? And this is not even funny. This guy here posted a video, okay? And he's, basically classifying people that live TFL as murderers, okay? And telling say anybody that lives TFL needs to be watched because they're murderers. Well, that's because this guy don't know the first thing he's fucking talking about, okay? Let me show you a couple things he said, and I'll be back in a second, okay?
They tell me is a government conspiracy in order to deny mates for certain people. Now, they don't explain how the government goes about denying certain people these mates.
Okay, he wants to say that TFL is we're saying it's a government conspiracy and that we don't explain nothing, okay? Well, let's see. I've been doing this for over 2 years. I have explained it from head to toe, upside down, backwards, inside out, every direction forward as possible. This man comes along, maybe seeing one video, maybe not even seeing any videos, and he runs his mouth. Okay. Does he ever write me? Does he ever write Dwayne? Does he ever email us and say, what is this? Why are you saying this? And question us? No, he don't do this, okay? He don't do any of this. So what does he do? He posts his video. He opens mouth, sticks his foot in his mouth, and now his size 20 foot is all the way down his throat, and he can't get it out. So, I have explained it many, many, many times, okay? Thanks to the government. Yes, it is thanks to the government. I would suppose that this man would deny feminism too, wouldn't he? He would say that feminism don't exist. That there was never a feminist movement, was there? That's right, I'm sure he would. So, let me show you something here, because I've explained this so many times, so I'm going to throw this into the mix, and I'll be back in a second.
That hold a large portion of the blame for the moral downfall of our society is the feminist movement and the sexual revolution.
Murderer, because that's what he was and that's what he is. This particular murderer was upset because he could not get a date.
Well, as you can see, I let her explain the feminist movement, sexual revolution, because she's correct. That's where the morals in society went. Okay, yes, he was a murderer. And I do not condone murder. I don't condone violence. He was wrong for what he did, yes. Because he was in, I've never said he wasn't wrong for what he did, and I don't condone what he did. I've never said that. T.F. Ellis never said that. You're putting words in our mouth. You said that, not us. You said that, sir, not us. You're putting words in our mouth. I'm sorry if you can't understand. I mean, he put everything in blogs in people's face. The media took and twisted the truth. They took the blogs down and they took the blogs and they twisted what he said. Rather than read what he said and think about what he said, they took his words and twisted them. Just like what you're doing. You haven't watched one thing to do with what we do over here at all. You're assuming with Operation Run Mouth, okay, without knowing the first thing you're talking about. So you're making yourself into a dumbass to begin with, okay? And you're putting words in our mouths. You said, not us, okay? That's how that goes, sir. Because, see, we don't condone murder. It's obvious you do, because there you are saying it for us. You're putting words in our mouth because you choose to not listen. So why don't you take some, I don't know, maybe a whole box of Q-tips and clean out your ears so you can hear, okay? Now watch this.
The problem I have in all this is you have to make yourself available. I don't see true forced loneliness, the government conspiracy. I don't see that. You have many dating sites. You have the church. You have the grocery store. You have many vehicles if you wish to use them.
No, the problem I see in this, sir, is that you're doing what everybody else is doing. Did you walk in my shoes? Did you walk in any of these people's shoes? Was you with all of these people who live TFL, which is probably, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 million people? So you was with all these people every single day of their life, wasn't you? That's right. You was with them every single day of their life. You followed them everywhere they went. You watched their every single move. You know exactly what they did every single day, don't you? You watched them go from dating site to dating site to dating site to dating site to dating site, didn't you, sir? You've seen them do this, right? You've seen them go to clubs and bars and stores and libraries and movies and malls. You've seen them do everything that everybody else did, didn't you, sir? You watched them do this. No, you didn't. There you are telling us everything we've heard a million times from people who assume for other people. That's right, who assume. So there you are with your 20-size foot in your mouth once again, as you assume for us, as you assume for other people, as you tell them, without knowing the first fucking thing you're talking about once again. You assume for somebody else without even knowing them. One complete dumbass. That's what you are, sir. If you get any dumber, I'm telling you, you're dangerous to this world. You're very dangerous to this world. Well, you know what? If we could have just had a world full of people like this man here, we would still be on horse and buggy. Because there would be no automobile. There would be no airplanes. There wouldn't even be electricity. This guy couldn't invent his way out of a wet paper bag made out of toilet paper. He's not even strong enough mentally to get out of that. Because he is that dumb. Sad. You know, let me show you something else. I'll be right back.
Women are still choosy in who they select. So you have 95% of all women going after the same 15% of all males because they're the most desirable ones. Women are still choosy in who they select. So you have 95% of all women going after the same 15% of all males because they're the most desirable ones.
Well, what she said is very, very correct, okay? And as far as TFL goes, I've explained it 1,000 times, okay? 1,000 times over. Feminist movement, New World Order agenda, the feminist movement. I know this guy will probably think the feminist movement is a conspiracy theory too, that's right. The Gloria Steinem and the CIA and the Rockefellers, that's all conspiracy theory. They don't exist, right? Well, of course, I'm sure this dumbass would think this because he don't do any research to anything before he opens his mouth. That's why he's a dumbass. He don't look into anything before he opens his mouth. As far as condoning killing, no, TFL people don't. Okay, do we understand why the guy did what he did? Yeah. Do we agree with what he did? No. Big difference there, okay? Do we condone what he did? No. But this man's putting words in our mouth because this man's a complete dumbass that don't do any research in anything he does before he opens his mouth. And so therefore, he's constantly walking through life with his foot in his mouth like the dumbass he is. Try doing some research before opening your mouth and take a foot out of mouth. Okay, dumbass? You're a lot like Brandon Kirk, who goes and leaves a comment telling everybody how Dwayne and I live on the West Coast and we're 3 hours behind everybody. What a dumbass. The last time I looked, Florida and New York were on the East Coast. California and Washington were on the West Coast. And so the last time I looked, what can I say? Brandon's just a complete dumbass like this guy here, assuming for other people, opening mouth, sticking foot in mouth, and Brandon don't even know his damn time zones, let alone what's east and what's west. Anyhow, people, to the next video, you have a good one.
Just beat it, beat it, beat it. Beat it, beat it, beat it.
I want to say this to us. I had a video directed towards me. And this white fella, of whom I have a certain amount of respect for, because unlike many people, he's trying to stand up against the evil, stand up against injustice, stand up against oppression, trying to expose the deceivers. But he made a video talking about me and saying that I have, because of the title of my videos, I have become a puppet and I help the wicked, or this New World Order, the elite, plan to do whatever they are planning to do. First of all, sir, you said my title. You didn't listen to the video. You're going by a title. On YouTube, sometimes you title things so people can listen to them. Because chances are, if you really listen to the video, have nothing to do with the title. But you didn't even listen. You didn't even take the time to listen. But you're going to judge me based on a title. So for a person that's supposed to be so intelligent, how does that paint you?
Oh, okay, in this video, what you just see there, yes. Yes, and I'm that person. What does that paint me out to be? Well, I'll tell you what that paints me out. I made it plain and clear on the radio show, and I made it plain and clear in the video that no, I had not watched the video. No more than I watched the video that I'm making the reply to until I did what I did now, okay? But I didn't have to watch the video to understand that, just like the name of this video, that I didn't give this name of this video. By the way, Angel, you did, okay? This is just a reply to your name of your video, okay? That's a bold-faced racist statement is what that is, okay? I mean, that would be like me saying, no black people. Okay, no black people allowed on my radio show. Did you catch what I'm saying? Or like me saying, white people are above black men. I mean, if I say anything like this, that's a racist statement. See, you don't understand division. That's obvious, okay? And to say that you only give it this name to draw people to it, well, that's pretty low, isn't it, Angel? Why do you want to make a racist statement to draw people to your name? You mean you can't be more creative than that? Come on. Anyhow, I've got something else to show you, okay? So watch out.
You are judging me and sending me a message based on ignorance. It's simple as that. And then you have other people, yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. So you agree with somebody making a statement in ignorance. So really, you are helping the New World Order. You are helping the elite because you're talking stuff in ignorance. You're not doing your proper research. You're not doing what you need to do in order to come to an appropriate, what's the word I'm looking for? Conclusion. Your speaking about me is incomplete. And it is done in bias because it is only based on a title. But let me bring this video to conclusion. Okay? On this note, Angelsnupnup7, Brother Taalik, you are helping the New World Order with your titles. You keep talking about white people. The Caucasians did this, and the white man did that. I don't judge you because you black. I judge you because you're a human being. First of all, there are no human beings. Nowhere. Our reality is color.
Okay, what'd you think there? Yeah, no human beings. You heard it. Right out of his own mouth. There's no human beings nowhere. I guess we're just all animals, you know. That's what they want us to believe through biology, don't they? Is that we're all just animals? So there's no human beings. Nowhere. Okay, we're all just a color. Well, that's the problem. That's the problem, okay, so we're all just a color. Because we're recognizing color. That's right. That is the problem. Okay? Let's think about this a second. Let's go back. As far as you can go, mankind has never been able to quietly get along, have they? Somebody always wants to roll on top of somebody else. History has repeated itself over and over and over and over and over again. That's right. And nobody's ever had the ability to get along. Out of all the atrocities that's happened on the black man, out of all the atrocities happened on the whites and the Chinese and the Mexicans and everybody worldwide, since the beginning of time, has had atrocities thrown on them left and right, left and right. And we've allowed a handful of people to control us, to manipulate us, okay? Tell us what to believe, what not to believe. Because we don't have critical thinking skills. Now this is something here you angels say you have, is a critical thinking skill. Well, why don't you demonstrate a critical thinking skill then, okay? When you sit and tell me that there's no human beings, you recognize only color. See, and it's just, you know, it just goes on and on. You only recognize color. See, as long as you look for a reason to continue the bullshit, I understand the atrocities laid on the black man. Okay, but I understand everybody globally has had atrocities put upon them that didn't have to happen. We, the people, make this world what it is, and only we, the people, can stop this sort of stuff from happening, and it will never stop from happening as long as you have to look at somebody else's skin color and blame them for something that I mean, this is how ridiculous this gets. But here, he's got some more stuff to say here before we go on, okay? So watch out.
That's how it is. You cannot deny that. To deny that is to deny the nose on your face. But see, you want to deny that because you are in denial that it is your people, your ancestors, that started the whole thing to begin with. So you want to make it colorless, like everybody is involved, and everybody is not involved. Nobody is innocent.
Now, I agree with that. And he's correct there. Nobody is innocent. I agree with that 100%. I have nothing against the statement he just made there, okay? Because that is true. And that's the way it's been since the beginning. But the only way to fix anything is for people to realize what they're doing, one and the other. Maybe people practice treating one the way they want to be treated themselves from the very beginning of time. Things could be a little different, right? But anyhow, I agree with him on that. But let's watch and see what else he's got to say, because things are about to get really turned around here, ain't they, Angel?
There is mistreatment by Chinese folks. There's mistreatment and oppression by Africans and blacks. Everybody is guilty of atrocity in some manner, but the situation that we have here that we're dealing with today was not caused by the Chinese, was not caused by the Koreans, was not caused by Africans. The situation that we're in was caused by Caucasian people, whether you like it or not. Oh, see, don't deal with color, Taalik, please. Please, Taalik, don't deal with the color. You want to tell me about the New World Order, and you want to point fingers at the Rothschilds and the Vanderbilts and all these rich Caucasian families. Uh-oh. Are they Africans? The Vanderbilts? Rothschild? All these people that you're talking about? What? We are dealing with the commission of a crime. The greatest crime that humanity, the human species, has ever had to deal with. And when a crime is perpetrated on someone, what is the first thing that the police do when you say that I was just mugged? So what you do, the first thing the police do is say, give me a description of the person that mugged you. So here we are, you talk about the New World Order and all this, give us a description of the criminal. Well, it's the Rothschilds and it's the Vanderbilts. What they look like? They are Caucasian.
That's right. What do they look like? Oh, they're Caucasian. He just told on himself. See, now you know why Angelsnupnup7 gives the name of the videos that he claims you didn't watch, saying he's not racist. He's just blatantly, bold-facedly in your face threw a total racist statement out of his mouth. That's right. See, because what's his problem? What did I tell you to begin with? And yes, you are helping. You are helping them do just exactly what they want. You're helping Global Elite. They love division. That's exactly what they want you to do. You're doing exactly what they want you to do. Okay, there's no open doubt about that. You just spelled it out your mouth for the whole world to see. You're doing exactly what they want you to do. You're spilling division, see? Because you don't have the ability to look for faces and names. Because you're so focused in color that you can't focus on a name and a face. See, that's the problem. You're blaming an entire race. You're blaming an entire race for something that happened, well, how many years ago? Oh, that's right, it was before you was born. Oh, that's right, it was before I was born. Wow, that means you didn't deal with it in your life, and I didn't deal with it in my life. Okay? You're just going to blame an entire race for something rather than look for the name and the face of who's doing it. See, rather than go after the people behind the bullshit that's going on and standing up and put a stop to it, and growing up, you have to focus on color, don't you? Because if you focus by color, then you can go after a whole race. So if I picked out a black man who was responsible for killing thousands and thousands of people, and I turn around and use that as you and say, that's your people, that's your fault, that makes you all that way. You see how insane that sounds? And if it was before your time that he done this, and then I'm going to say that it's still your fault. You're black. You're just like him. Now, do you see where I'm going here? Because that's what you're doing, Angel. Let's watch out.
Who are they? Who are these other people? They are all Caucasians. You don't never mention no Africans. So if you don't want to talk about color, and then this new world order, and we can clearly see that it's racist, who created race? Who started it all? The Rothschilds and the Vanderbilts didn't kick this off. There was no Rothschilds in the 1500s, 1400s, 1600s. This thing began with Caucasian persons, the scientists, and the elite at that particular time. They created race. In fact, when they began to create race, many white people that's considered white today, like the Irish, they were rejected from being white. They were exploited. They were made slaves by other whites. In fact, of course, many of you know that the word slave itself comes from when the Slavics came from Slovakia or whatever. That's the root word of it. So that's where slave come from, because white folks had enslaved those Europeans.
What does it mean to be conscious? Basically, anybody, from any religion, can be conscious. However, certain religions would have to be reformed in accordance to what they have become conscious of. Being conscious is about understanding that our primary goal in this world is economic empowerment. It is about overthrowing the system of white supremacy and domination. Many other aspects of empowerment will flow from economic empowerment, and there are other forms of development that must take place prior to economic empowerment. Most of us are Christians. But understand that conscious Christians have a reformed version of Christianity that not only depicts Jesus and God as black, but operates in the interest of black people. The people who live in fiction are people like you. People who believe in this humanism ideal about being colorblind. It would be good if people were actually colorblind. Unfortunately, that is not reality. Being conscious is about being conscious of reality and operating in the world according to our interests as black people. All groups seek to exploit black people's natural and human resources. Therefore, to see humanism as the solution is a fantasy. If we do not distinguish ourselves as a group, then we will continue to be exploited and robbed by other groups who see themselves as a group separate from us. Groups who operate based on their identity preach to black people to be blind to identity so that you will not organize as a group based on your identity to prevent them from exploiting you. Brother, your sermon of humanism and colorblindness is a sermon of servitude. You sound like a bootleg Martin Luther King. There are many stages to being conscious. Those of us in the highest stages do not sit back, reflecting on our glories of being kings and queens. That is only the beginning stages of consciousness. Those in the latest stages primarily focus on the problems that exist within Black America, Africa, and the global black population. You try to insult the conscious movement by generalizing all of us as being in the very first stages of awareness. Do not generalize and stereotype the conscious community. Also, we know our history. We are a mixture of various African tribes from West Africa. And, for your information, West Africans came from East Africa. They migrated there from the Nile region. Nubia. Kemet. African people from all over the continent of Africa have roots in the Nile and Great Lakes region. You admit that you do not know much history. If that is true, then you should not be talking. Many of the things that you describe as evil practices in Africa are practices that evolved after Africans were driven from Northeast Africa over hundreds of years. They lost faith in old gods and customs. They went through spiritual changes and a lot of confusion. They felt that their gods would always protect them, and they felt that something was wrong after countless attacks from invaders. They felt that they were not doing enough to please their gods. Many things, like human sacrifice and other things, flowed from all of this. I'm not saying that everything they do is right. I'm saying that there is more to understand, and, when you are ignorant of history, you paint a very unfair picture. And keep in mind that many of the villages in Africa still hold very close to their religions and beliefs of the old world. It is true that the vast majority of Africa is mentally colonized. But please stop with your generalizations. Evil has always existed within African people. However, the God within ourselves always had the ability to keep evil in its place. We were always able to maintain balance. Today, the world is not balanced. Evil dominates. It was not until we started accepting foreign ideas, ways of life, and religions that the light within ourselves started to go out. I'm going to end this video there. Anything else that can be discussed can be done in the comment sections. This is your man, Abdul. 1.
Okay, how you doing, y'all? Okay, so this is my response to the video. Jews should go back to Europe. Alright, so now what you say is basically basically a great example of just pure hatred. I mean, it's first of all, I mean, your body language, okay, the way you speak, the way you say what you say. You know that I'm sure you know the phrase. It's not what you said; it's the way you said it. It's very, very obvious. You love to hate. You want to hate people. You search for people in order to hate them. You search for reasons to hate people. You dig into into all sorts of information to find reasons to hate people. And during the whole history of the last few thousand years, it's been the easiest thing in the world to hate Jews. It's what people have done, have been doing for a long time, all over the world, just non-stop. So yeah, very easy. Now, the thing is that first of all, just like someone told you here, in one of your responses that you got, one of your comments, was that you actually, you tell people, bring me, and you're very loud, I mean, you're very angry, like, bring me your evidence, I'm talking the truth, bring me your evidence, and yet, you don't bring no fucking evidence yourself, okay? Now, when you wanna say something that that is that strong, as for example what you said about the Holocaust, that 6 million Jews did not die in the Holocaust, and the reason behind it wasn't that there were Jews. You have to have evidence for yourself, of yourself. You gotta have evidence for that also. Okay, now, the thing is, if you would have really want to prove your point about that, you would have made a real research about it and go to places that have evidence for those war crimes of fucking Hitler and the Holocaust. You would have made a trip to Israel and go to the museum of Yad Vashem which is the Hebrew way to say a hand and a name. It's a great museum of the Holocaust, of the Holocaust events, of people who died in the Holocaust, who got murdered in the Holocaust, names, evidence, whatever you want. Now, a formal form of Hitler signing an order, a formal order to murder someone because he's a Jew, you will not find, and no one will ever show you, because you're a fucking nobody. What makes you think anyone will show you something that is that classified? What, are you serious? Who are you? Who do you think you are? Who will show you something like that? Who are you? Seriously. What, are you crazy? No, I mean, show me your evidence. Show me like a form, a formal paper with Hitler signed to kill Jews. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, where do you live at? Who's going to show you that? There are evidence of people who survived the Holocaust and had their whole family murdered because of their being Jews. There are things that Hitler said back then in his book Mein Kampf against the Jewish people who, according to his words, stab a knife in the nation's back or whatever. And therefore he tried to execute all of them. Okay, now there are a lot of evidence for that. In Israel, in Auschwitz, in Poland, you can go there. The murder camp that they have there still exists, and you can still go and actually see stuff and ask people. And there are a lot of evidence of people who actually participated in the killing process in Germany and in Poland and in Austria and all over the fucking world, all over Europe. A lot of people who will tell you that they actually did those stuff. There was a whole trial of a guy called Adolf Eichmann, who were one of the most important officers in the Third Reich, in the Nazi Germany, who admitted everything and went to a trial in Israel, and was the only one who in the Israeli law history, in the Israeli history of law or whatever. Sorry for my English is not natural. Only from books and movies and stuff like that, music. In the whole history of Israel, that's the only one, the only guy who was executed by law, got a death penalty. He admitted everything he did. Now, a lot of evidence for that. There are actually evidence for the fact that there were more than 6 million, but more close to 8 million. And you can check me on that also. Now, about all the other stuff you said. Okay, now, I'm not a religious person. I'm gonna start talking fast because I don't have much time. I'm not a religious person. I don't consider myself Jewish. I'm an absolute atheist. Even though I have both my parents are Jewish, I was born and raised in Israel. But there are a lot of evidence all over the world for the existence of the Jewish people 2,000 years ago. Most of the Christian people will recognize the fact that Jesus was Jewish and started the whole new religion called Christianity. The Quran, the New Testimony, they're all leaning on the Bible. It's also a known fact. Now, I don't really know where you get all the bullshit thing you said, But the thing is that Israelis and Jewish people were in Israel just like the Arab people 60 years ago. We got a right to establish a country by international law. The UN gave us a right to do that. They voted for us. We didn't take nothing from nobody. We got permission. You know what the fuck permission is? We did it by permission. We're the country, and we're going to defend our country. And if anyone's going to try to kill us, well, let's see who's going to get killed first. You get that? We're being hunted for thousands of years by people like you. And all we're trying to do is live in peace. And that's it. I have a lot more things I could have said, but I have no time, unfortunately. So the main point is, we're going to keep defending ourselves. We're going to keep trying to achieve peace between us and the Palestinians in the land of Israel, aside to a land called Palestine. And that's it. And hopefully that day will come soon. Ask them if that's what they want. Peace. Brother.
Okay, Angel, Rothschilds, yes. And you say, oh, they stopped back, blah, blah, blah. Yes, you're correct. There wasn't a Rothschild after that time because, see, Rothschild, well, the bankers, they changed their name to Rothschild. See, if you do a little bit more looking, Angel, you'll discover that they changed their name. They go back a lot further than what you think they do. The Rothschilds is actually the king of the kingpins when it comes to the bankers. Okay? But yes, their name was not Rothschild at the time. That's why you can't find them any further past a certain date. It's because their name was a different name. Okay? There's for one. Now, getting along, how do you do that, Angel, when you're calling a race card? How do you do that when you just continue the problems that's gone on since the beginning of time? You're correct, there's been atrocities against everybody. When do you let go of the anger? When do people grow up and let go of what other people did to them, especially before their time? That's what even makes this more ridiculous, because it was before their time. You're fighting over something that you never experienced in your life, that your ancestors did. You're blaming people that had nothing to do with their ancestors. Let me give you another example, Angel. Supposing you have a child, okay? Supposing you raise your child the best you know how, the best you can. You think your child comes out to be a really good man, okay? And later on, down the road, you're not around your child because he's growing up, he's an adult now, he's moved off, has family, has his own life, and he gets in with the wrong crowd and he does something really bad, okay? And so for the rest of the time, because he did that one thing really bad, we should blame the entire race, right? Should we blame the entire race what he did, and then after he's long gone dead, the generations after that can continue to blame your child? And can continue to blame your child. So we just can keep the fighting going on, and we can never ever learn how to grow up and get along. So you got to let go of the anger sometime, don't we? That's right. People have to learn how to let go of anger, and they have to learn how to forgive, and they have to learn when situations like what you're talking and atrocities like you're talking that's happened since the beginning of the time, people need to learn how to look for the faces and names, not a fucking skin color. The faces and names of the people doing it. And go after the source, the root cause, which that's something you're not promoting, is it, Angel? You're promoting keeping the fighting going. You're promoting what's been going on since the beginning of time. And you want to sit and tell me different? You're doing it openly in everybody's face. Okay, Angel, you have the power to actually do some really good videos. You really do. You've done some damn good videos. And you got a voice that carries and you get your message across. It's just too bad you wasn't awake enough to understand what you're doing. Because if you can fight for the right cause, you have potential. But as long as you want to continue what's been going on since the beginning of time, the only potential we have is for history to repeat itself again. Yep, and a third world war to happen and lots of people innocently die. All because we never had the ability to grow up and get along. All because people like yourself have to notice color. And then you have to say you're not being racist when you are being racist. You've already said it out your mouth. Okay? You're just keeping the fighting going. That's all you're doing. When are you going to grow up? When are you going to get over it? When are you going to learn that the only way is to do? Well, here, watch this.
When it's all said and done, how are you going to deal with a criminal, but you don't want to deal with who the criminal actually is? So, by your logic, we need to chase Africans, we need to chase Chinese people, we need to chase all these other folks. That's not the criminal, that's not where it's coming from. So bring to me this colorless, fictional crap that you want to try to bring up. Because see, as a white man yourself, or as a mulatto, or whatever, it's hard for you to condemn your relative, condemn your race because you are a white man, or your mother or your father are white people. But see, you don't have nothing to do with that. So why are you upset, or why do you get upset? Because Caucasian is pointed out, when you have a crime, you must describe the criminal. The criminal is Caucasian.
Just as I said, see, the criminal is Caucasian. That's right. Because you don't have the ability, do you? You don't have the ability to look for a name and a face, do you? No. You're so focused on color. You're doing just what the global elite wants you to do. You're staying divided. You're continuing what's going on since the beginning of time. You're just continuing it. That's all you're doing. You're not helping anybody. You're not helping anybody grow up. Okay? No, you're continuing it. Because it's the Caucasian. It's the Caucasian. It's the Caucasian. It's the Caucasian. Can't look for a name and a face, can you? No, you don't got that ability, do you? To look at a name and a face and forget color. Then you wonder why you people could never get along from the beginning of the time. Because you always have to think that you got to be above somebody else, or you got to do like Angel here. Can't stop looking at color. Can't stop blaming the color. And what's even more sickening about this whole situation right here is the fact that Angelsnupnup wasn't alive when that happened. And neither was I. Which means it didn't affect his life the way it did them. Which means it didn't affect my life the way it did them. But he fails to understand that the reason this stuff is going on from the beginning of time is because people never really grew up. Because growing up means you have the ability to get along with others and compromise. You don't see color. You see another human being as that's what they are, a human being. And you treat one the way you want to be treated yourselves. But I guess that's just too complicated for you there, Angel, isn't it? To treat one the way you want to be treated yourself. Maybe you might want to look that up in the dictionary. You might want to try that. Here, watch this.
Then we can help you with the Rothschilds and the Vanderbilts and all these other different things. And we can come together because now we are on the same level playing field. But also at the same time, don't think that we're going to be your following under white folks. The days of following white people is over. We're going to follow ourselves, trust our own judgment and who we are. We have followed white folks long enough. And if you're not prejudiced and biased, then just like black folks had no problem in following white folks and listening to white people and taking white folks' advice, then you should not have no problem coming up under what we have to offer. So we'll see exactly how real you are when you talk about equality and humanity. Because, like I said before, we have listened to white folks for a long time, and look where we're at. Now, as we grow and mature, then you should see that growth and maturity and trust us like we trusted you and come up under our judgment, our thinking, what we have to offer. If you really are sincere when you talk about we all human beings and there's no color, then if that's how you really feel, then you can help us in what we want to do and know that we're going in the correct direction because when black folks finally get ourselves together, this thing that we call black liberation and struggle, it is colorless. But right now we have to deal with the color because it is color that has made us sick.
See, he made a lot of statements there. You know, he's correct. We should come together. But should we come together because we're Caucasian under the black man? No, so no. See, that's once more time. The only thing Angel's doing there is he's keeping what's been going on since the beginning of the time going. That's all he's doing. Coming together is correct. But under the guidance of what? A skin color? Once again, then he says, well, then after you do that, then of course now color's not an issue no more. That's double speak if I've ever heard it. Okay? That is definitely double speak if I've ever heard it. Because earlier in part 1, you heard he said about color. Now look at him. Oh, now he recognizes it. No, I'm dead serious with what I said. Dead serious about everything I said. Angel refuses to see the truth. The truth of the matter is nobody is above another human being. I don't care who you are. I don't care what skin color you are. The truth of the matter is since the beginning of the time, people have allowed people to run them over this way, and people have not, ever treated somebody the way they want to be treated themselves. Because they didn't have the ability to grow up. They still had to fight like children. They had to fight over everything. Couldn't get along. That's right. And that's really what we're seeing here, right here. This is a very good example of not growing up, of continuing what's going on since the beginning of the time. You say about maturing and growing up and blah, blah, blah. And if I'm dead serious about what I'm saying, well, maybe you need to really step back and think about what you're saying. Because, see, what you're saying is completely ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. Coming together is correct. But there's nobody above, nobody else. It's not white man should follow your lead. It has nothing to do with skin color. And of course, then once white man followed your lead, now color didn't exist, right? Like you followed our lead. No, you didn't. You know who everybody's followed? You followed somebody else who told you what to do. That's right. That's what everybody's done. See, once more, let's go back to critical thinking skills. Angel, do you have any of them? Because if you have critical thinking skills, how far is this above your head to realize that one must let go of their anger? One cannot blame a whole race of people by a skin color for an atrocities done by very few. Because the atrocities that's gone on for hundreds of years have always been done by very few. And they got you right where they want you because you are blaming the entire race rather than looking for a name and a face. And that is the problem. And then, of course, the fact that, do you really want to see a world where everybody gets along? Where we don't have to kill each other? Where we can actually be real adults? And everybody can live their life and have their own beliefs? That's right. And not be told what color to shit and how high to jump? Where the laws can be neutral to everybody? And everybody can be free and everybody can get along? And you see another person, regardless of what skin color they are, you see them as a human being? You treat them the way you want to be treated yourselves? How hard is that? I guess that must just be really, really super hard for you to understand that. That the only thing that you're doing is keeping going what's been going since the beginning of the time because of your inability to grow up. Because you haven't grown up enough to figure out that you look for names and faces of the people causing the problems and you go after the people doing it, not an entire freaking race of people based on a fucking color of their skin. That's all I can say to you. Anyhow, grow up. Next video, have a good one.
To my brother T-Mon, you can talk to me. Call me. And I'm too old to be playing these silly games y'all play on YouTube. Call me. I want to get something or make something perfectly clear. To my brother T-Mon, call me. I am a peacemaker. And you can talk to me. Because I can act ignorant and illiterate just like you can. And you can talk to me. And if I want to talk about you, I will. And you can talk to me. You know, when somebody talking about you and I want to give my little 2 cents at your ignorant and illiterate behavior, then I'm going to do it. You don't scare me. You can talk about me. So what? Because I'm far from being weak. You can talk to me. But I'm not going to dwell on petty garbage. You can talk to me. This thing that I'm involved in is too serious. To my brother T-Mon, you can talk to me. I'm a serious person. You can talk to me. Are the peacemakers. And that is what brother T-Mon is. We've made our peace. We had a beat. It's overdone. Who cares? Through. And you can talk to me. Are the peacemakers. And that is what brother T-Mon is. We've made our peace. We had a beat. It's overdone. Who cares? Through. And we are now blessed with a strong friendship that some of y'all are jealous of. To my brother T-Mon, my telephone number, you can call. And you can talk to me.
My bank account, I will fleece you forever and always. This is the Angelsnupnup7, your friend, Ibn'rad. Today I'd like to begin by saying, all you cracker motherfuckers out there saying that I am a racist, I can't be a racist. Now, let me explain why. When I was a boy of 9, I had surgery to remove my racism gene. And I generously donated it to an unfortunate young white boy. Here at the non-realities temple on earth, I rely on your generosity. But some of y'all ain't being too generous. Some of you also like to say that I'm crazy. Do I look crazy? Now y'all know what you gotta do. Y'all know what you gotta do. All of my followers, you know that you are very, very special. Now I need your donations, or I'm gonna be stuck using this same 19-inch TV that I boosted from a Best Western back in 1982. Now don't make me say it again, 'cause y'all know what you gotta do.
invisible, gray-headed, fish-eyed fool.
In the name of my ancestors, peace. Y'all see that peace sign? Okay, here we go. Because the vast majority of people on this planet are brainwashed by those who control government and the media and education, those sources of information that, and before I say something negative about you, I'd rather just keep my mouth shut. But I want to make this comment. Let me get straight down to business. And that business is to give you the true definition of what a racist is. Contrary to popular belief, prior to the domination of the European Caucasian, to my knowledge, and you can teach me a little something, there was no conflict among human beings about something called race or the difference in human speech. There is no system that support black people doing anything to white people. No, nowhere. I'm sorry. When things are funny, it just gets to me. Okay. Why y'all niggers always talking about reparations? Y'all niggers always talk about reparations. Dang the niggers, you get affirmative action, you get special privileges in America. I'm white. And y'all niggers get more privileges than I do. I'm sorry. These folks really killed me. And you're hateful. And black people ain't did a damn thing for you. How you gonna be hateful toward those who built your damn country free of charge? You damn, ooh, almost let it go. Y'all need to work and accept your responsibility and make your own choices and all that old garbage. And I'm talking about these racist Caucasians who are just simply fools in America. You got the nerve to come to me or still bow down to you. Yes, sir. Yeah, y'all shows right, sir. You like that, don't you? You love that. That's why you can't handle somebody like me. Because I'm not going to be your slave. I'm not your boy no more. You're not my teacher no more. I don't care nothing about what you got to say. I'm trying to come out of your mind. I want you to get out of my head. I'm not white. I'm an African, and I'm even beyond that. Why do black people, you don't want to give us no reparations?
Okay, in this video, it's your boy, The Truth As You Know It. We're going to take a look at your boy here, Angelsnupnup, the fakest person on earth. He threw some shots at me because he cannot answer any of my questions when he was checked. So we're going to see what he says about me, and I'll throw my comments after we see what he says. So let's check it out.
Now, one of these trolls,
Which he is referring to me, of course.
they would like for me to say their YouTube username, but
Well, really, let's put it this way, Angels. I told you not to say my name. Told you don't affiliate me with anything of your channel because I told you you weren't shit. You'll never be shit, but I digress. Let's go.
I won't because they are nothing to me.
If I'm nothing to you, why did you block me? Why am I the only one that you blocked? Why can't you answer any of my questions I posed to you? Why is it that you can put all sorts of video responses on my videos? I can let you post comments. When it comes to me, you don't want to do it. Why not? Because you're not the home of real truth. You're sad.
Means nothing to me. One of these YouTube shows, I have one block.
Which is me again. Look at the expression on his face. Oh, isn't that cute?
Out of everybody, and this is the reason why. I did not block this troll because of fear of what he was saying.
That's the case. Why you have to tell everybody that? You know you blocked me because of what I was saying. Because I was busting your faggot ass. That's why. Excuse for saying faggot. I'm sorry.
But quite to the contrary. I usually don't block and I don't block.
You just said that again. What are you trying to do? Convince the viewers or are you trying to convince yourself? Well, let's go ahead. Look at the eyes of that man. I'm telling you, man. Stir crazy. He got the nerve to be talking about me. He did 10 years wearing a bed sheet and blue Pampers. Well, let's go.
But y'all, in my old age, it seems certain things you just can't tolerate no more.
Like you fucking always lying. Oh, you spreading lies, rumors, and deceitfulness. Alright. You can't tolerate no more. Let's go.
I have already verbally smashed this person.
Now, how are you gonna verbally smash me when you come over on my channels, I let you post everything. When I come over on your channels, you comment approve of me, but you don't. You prove certain comments, and then you just flat out, when I start busting your fake ass, you just flat out blocked me. That's what you did. You just flat out blocked me. And so now you're gonna tell everybody you smashed me. Of course you smashed me. That'd be like you, somebody talking shit on somebody else with their friends when they're not around. Yeah, you smashed the motherfucker. Say that, let him come around, and you say that to him. You get no credit, you fucking fake.
Time and time again. It is boring.
Yeah, it's so boring. Okay. Let's put it this way. I'm the person you block. You didn't block nobody else. Okay, I'm so boring. Let's go.
And it just becomes sickening, even just to view the childish and infantile comments.
It's so sick for you to view. Why you post comments and videos on my pages? Ask yourself that. It doesn't make sense.
That's the reason why. Boy, that's the...
This is the part where he gets shook. Look at him. He has to stop the video, and then he has to talk to me personally. Look, man, you're shook. Just face it, old man. You're just shook, but let's go.
The reason why you was blocked. Not because of anything that you say. But what you're talking about don't mean nothing.
If it don't mean nothing, let me tell you what I talked about. I talked about, he made a video called All Trolls Should Go to Jail, which he said he will report trolls, this, that, and the third. Watch the video. And he wished they would go to jail. My point to him was, how can you say that when your fucking lame ass makes troll accounts and you trolled on my page? Now you gonna turn yourself in? Of course he up and denied this, that, and the third, man. He was quacky ducks, he was quacky fucks, I don't know who he was. He was Black Dragon X till he got busted out and he changed it to Reality Temple. The dude's a phony. Whoever follows him, man, I feel sorry for y'all, but let's hear him ramble.
I blocked you because I just don't want to see your corny comment, period. And in my old age, I just can't tolerate the foolishness no more like I used to. What kind of characters these wackos and nutcases are? How can you comment on another association? How can you comment on my alliance with T-Mont?
Because, fucking clown, you put it on YouTube. You put something on YouTube, it's a public forum, it's watched by potentially billions of people. If you don't like people commenting on what you and him do, then don't post the video. It's that simple. You're the biggest fucking crybaby. You're like 47 years old and look, man, you keep putting me out there. I'm gonna make more videos busting your fake ass out. You're sad, man. Like, you call me all these names, and then I start defending myself, you block me. Yeah, well, let's go.
When you have nothing to show of your own.
I'm not gonna post my life 24/7 because, like I said, I had to do outside interest. Dude, I got a job, man. I got to feed my kids. What do you have? You the biggest fucking loser. You depend on the so-called racist devil government white man because you get a fucking SSI check. So what you talking? Let's go.
Where's your life? Where's your unity?
Where's my alliance? Where's my unity, man? This dude's undercover homosexual. Listen to how he talks. He's talking, where's my alliance? Where's my unity? What, just because you shook hands and fucking hugged guys, that makes you some type of celebrity? Man, you're a fucking moron. Let's go.
You don't have nothing. This is why you are in another person's business.
No, I'm in your business because you trying to lead these kids down the wrong path. You the type of motherfucker to throw kids out there to tell them to do something. Then, like, whenever they do it, you be like, you like the little kid that breaks a glass and you the only one in the room. But then when you check the kid, he act like, well, it wasn't me. That's the type of lame ass motherfucker you are, man. You're like weak. So let's go.
You are part of no group. You have no unity, no allies with no.
Now you watch me awful hard there, man. I'm surprised you don't have a big rainbow flag behind you. You know? Come on, man. It's you being real homosexual right now. Why you worry about my unity, my alliances, which I post everything on YouTube just because you have no life, I'm supposed to post mine? Come on, man. You're sad.
Nobody. You belong to no organization. You are in marriage with nobody.
I'm in marriage, first of all. I was married to a woman. We're separated. Now, secondly, I don't marry guys because, like, that's gay. That's called, like, a gay union. You like being in gay unions. But you keep on talking, man. The more you keep talking, the more you expose the homosexual self that you are. I think you're frustrated because deep down inside that you're a homosexual trying to get out. But let's keep going.
It's sometimes difficult to maintain. Things happen.
Yeah, I want to know why you gotta keep reading. Either you're reading or you keep looking at the fucking gay porn off to your right hand side. Or you keep looking every 5 minutes. What type of fucking professional shit is this? Look, man, you got me crying because you're reading off a script. Man, look, man, you should have wore some sunglasses to try to fake the funk. Look, you got your old little Texas tie on. You got your little, Malcolm X bumper sticker on. I like that. I didn't know they make bumper stickers for shirts, but hey, it works. Go for it.
These wackos, they ignore my reason for nullifying this association and concentrate solely on the fact a phone call wasn't returned.
Yeah, cause you made fucking 6, 7, 8 at least videos where you emphasize the fact that he didn't call you. So what if we said that it's because of a phone call, it's because your fucking dumbass said it was a phone call. You got shitty because he didn't return your calls. I know, and a lot of other people know. If he would have called you, you'd have hopped on board, man. You're like the biggest sellout that we all know. You're like fake, you're ignorant. Keep on talking, man. I love this. This is the funniest show on earth.
A phone call not being returned was just one of a number of factors, and they make the opposite.
Yeah, the other factor was he probably wouldn't give you any more money. Because you depend on grown men for money. I told you, man, this guy is gay. Let's go. Expose yourself more, you're homosexual.
It is a big deal. If I wish to deceive, I would have never mentioned it. Because I always...
No, what you did, you fucked up. You mentioned it, not knowing that you would catch slack and flack. So what you did is now you're covering your ass by saying, I would never have mentioned a phone call if that wasn't the case. Angel, man, you're like the worst hustler I ever met in my life. You're like the dude at the bus station or the train station playing 3-card money and the other card falls whenever he shows you the card. You're funny. Keep it going, man. Let's roll.
Being the kid that y'all are.
And here's the bad part about it. He has to read off a script to explain this. Now, if that's not the case, you should have it just could have came off the top of your head. Come on, man. This shit's better than fucking reality TV.
On YouTube, there you are. How are you if he's going to say that? No big deal.
Covering your ass. Good one. Keep reading. Either you're reading or you're watching gay porn. You tell us.
You really must think I'm dead. I know how you think already.
No, we all know you're stupid. Oh, this is... I'm cracking the fuck up laughing at this motherfucker. Keep going, Angels.
What? You brought it up? You had your say so?
Nah, we didn't bring it up. You talked about it, so we talked about it. Like I said, you're stupid. Go ahead.
I'm still here. Full of fire, digger, no upset.
Yeah, you caught a lot of slack. Quit fucking crying about it. And that was another reason why you fucking blocked me, because I called you out on it. Like I said, if he would have called you, your ass would have been running there straight to him, because you were, for being the old man that you were, you're nothing but a follower. I told you before, you're a soldier, and you're a weak soldier at that. You're a soldier trying to play a general. That always fucks up in the end. But keep on exposing yourself. This, like I said, this is better than Dave Chappelle sometimes.
I'll make many of you very upset, because I already know how you think. Why you find it difficult to debate or argue with me, and that is your fault, not mine, because you don't think for yourself. I'm so happy.
There you go. Drink the big old thing of Kool-Aid. Go ahead, man. You got that dollar, that Russian dollar vodka they sell at the Arab stores and shit. That shit that makes you go blind. That's what his problem is. He's drunk.
I'm so happy.
You said that before. Learn to space your paragraphs so you know where you're at.
Really, my friends and subscribers, I'm so happy that my friends and my subscribers, y'all ignored this foolishness.
They didn't ignore their foolishness. They're sitting there laughing with us. They're laughing with us, and at the same time they're laughing at you. Keep on going, man.
Because you know what the real deal is.
Yeah, they know the real deal is you're fucking crazy, and you have nothing to show for the fucking money you tried to scam out of people. Look at you. You're still sitting there with the same old Texas tie, the same old bumper sticker on your shirt, the same old Reality's Temple sign in the background, and you were getting $2 talking about you getting all these donations. Where's all this money going? It sure ain't going for your Just for Men, because I can see the gray now. Where's this money going, bruh?
We have to stay on the right path. We don't have time to be different.
Alright, I'm done for right now, but this is so funny. I might come back and chop up more of his videos and like, Angels, your best bet to leave me alone, because I'm gonna bust you out, and if worse comes to worse, I'm gonna really expose you. So, oh, by the way, this is the same dude that like exposed Black Indigo and rode her down to the ground. Now all of a sudden he's making 20 billion videos defending her. You know why? Because it backfired in his ass. The dude's stupid, and I think he's undercover and homosexual. He's just frustrated. He's the type of dude that's like, you ever have an argument with a guy and a guy thinks because he yells or talks louder that he's right? Well, this is that dude right there. I mean, come on, who is he? Who is this clown to judge? He was wearing a bed sheets and blue Pampers for a minute now. Come on. Well, I'm going to go back to edit some videos, and I'm going to leave this alone. So, Angels, keep running your mouth, man. You're giving us much entertainment.
Angelsnupnup7. You're coming at me with bullshit. And I really don't care, but you left a statement that I wanted to address, because men like you really piss me off. Men like you are the type that think they're bringing about change because you stand outside and you hold up some sort of sign saying we shall overcome, and you march around and you try to get people riled up, you know, with clever slogans, you know, nice lectures, nice essays, and all that other stuff, but at the end of the day, you're not bringing about any change because you yourself aren't going up against white America. You talk about white America, right? But I face white America. If you don't know, I teach. I teach in a low-income area. So I got home today. Today, I got home late, actually, too. Today being, what, April 29th. Got home late because I was in an IEP meeting. Let me get that together. IEP meeting from 1 to 4. All right. There, I was advocating for a black student who spends half the day in SDC, which is a special day class, and half the day mainstream. He spends his mainstream time where he's with all the other regular students, with me in math, and I believe in, what's the other class? I want to say, what is it? Science. If my memory serves me correct, right? I believe it's science. So he spends time with me in math and science. The other aspects of his day, he spends in an SDC class. Now, this is what they're trying to do. The school year is ending, so they're placing people for next year. This boy is a 6th grader. They're trying to put him in a SDC position full time. So he will no longer be mainstreamed. He will be tracked into a special education circuit till he graduates from high school. But this kid has academic ability. So I spent 4 hours showing his parents, showing the principals, vice principals, and all the other important people who were there who don't really give a fuck, mind you, all white, right, showing this boy's work. So just imagine you walking into a corporate or a boardroom. There's about 12 people there. All of them are white. All of them with suits on. I'm sitting there, only black teacher, 2nd year there. And a black parents, low income, who are not educated themselves. And they don't have no clue about their child's education, but they know he can do it. So I'm sitting there advocating my ass off because I know he can do the work, while some of the other teachers are disagreeing with me. Why? Because they figure he's black and he's from a low-income community. Nobody cares, right? If you know anything that's going on, you know that the budgets for education are being cut. What does that mean? They're letting go of teachers. What does that mean? Teachers have to have more students per class. My district, we're working about 1 teacher for every 38 students, right? So I teach 5 periods. Every period I have anywhere from 35 to 38 students. When I tell you there's not enough chairs, I mean it. Certain periods I have to borrow chairs from a different classroom. Sometimes there are kids working on the floor with a clipboard. And the school that I'm working at is not old. It's about 12 years old. That's how packed it is. So what they're trying to do is cut people out. You have a significant group of people who spend half of the day in general mainstream type classes and spend half the day in SDC, special day class. There's no room in general ed. So they're trying to force people to stay in special day classes full time. So I am not going to let that boy be tracked into a special day class when I know he can cut it in mainstream general ed. And he has proven he can do so. But nobody's there to advocate for him. Nobody cares. So this is how I spent my afternoon. This is just one day. This is a day in the life of Pink Elephant. What I do. Why I decided to get into teaching. I don't want to get into any debate in terms of, well, what else do you do? This is just one day. And I'm in the IEP meeting probably about 4 times a month. So tell me, what do you do exactly? Can you give me the names of the people you've helped? Can you give me the names of the white people that you had to go up against where the white people were in positions of power? Let me know. Angelsnupnup7. What exactly do you do? Because I just told you what I did.
So Angelsnupnup7 made a video today claiming that I've had some major downfall. Tell you the truth, I haven't actually watched the video. I knew he was going to make it because he told me he would. Why did he make it? Because I blocked him. I will never again watch that video or any other. I don't need to. I already know what he's going to say because I've already played his game long enough. Angelsnupnup7 is the black supremacist who claims that black people can't be racist because they, quote, have no power. He, at one time, invited me onto his radio show to debate his black cousin, who he called a, quote, real racist. A man who claims black people can't be racist, but his black cousin is a real racist. Not only that, this black racist was going to wish all kinds of violence upon the white race and upon me also. According to Angel, he was going to tell me that he was going to punch me in my face and shoot me in my head and all this shit. And Angel was just going to invite me on his show to listen to this man wish all kinds of violence upon me while he just sat back and giggled. Does that sound like somebody that's against racism? Needless to say, I passed up the invitation to listen to a black man preach violence upon me. What it comes down to is this. I made some very logical, rational arguments that demonstrated the claim that black people can't be racist because they have no power is in fact very flawed. It's like saying that a pedophile who preaches the value of sexualizing children and fantasizes about having sex with them all the time is not really a pedophile unless he has access to children. Well, it's true his fantasies and his words in and of themselves can't do harm, but they might inspire others who will molest children, and not to mention that man, you obviously wouldn't want to give any power to molest children because that's exactly what he's going to do. Not only that, I also demonstrated that even if the rationale was sound at all, fact of the matter is black people do have power. Thereby, by that very rationale, black people can be racist. And how did Angel respond to these logical, rational arguments backed up by several analogies and examples? Well, he stuck his face right in the camera, and he yelled, and he screamed, and he beat his chest, and he called me Lightbulb Boy. And he makes this big issue out of the fact I don't show my face, none of which has anything to do with the opinions I'm expressing. All it is a bunch of diversionary tactics and personal attacks, not even clever personal attacks, just childish name-calling. And that's all because Angel knew he couldn't meet me on an intellectual level and actually refute the arguments I was making. He knew that if he was going to respond at all he could do was yell, scream, call me names, and make a big issue out of my pictures. So I make a response video demonstrating that his responses are nothing more than personal attacks and diversionary tactics, and they're completely illogical and irrational, and what does he do? He repeats the same diversionary tactics and personal attacks. He goes on to talk about how he has so many more subscribers and friends than me. What the fuck does that have to do with any of the arguments I was making? Nothing. So I continue to hold my ground and demonstrate that the things Angel is preaching is actually anti-white bigotry hidden in a shroud of black empowerment. It's not. It's just more racism. So what does Angel do? He just steps up his name calling and he gets nastier. Here's some examples of things this fine man said to me. Of course, he loves to parade himself as such the symbol of love, peace, and respect. Here's some example of Angelsnupnup7's brotherly love. Yeah, real fine, loving gentleman there. Well, Angel kept at it. I mean, he just kept doing it, sending me these nasty messages and these videos and preaching all kinds of anti-white bigotry and hatefulness. And finally, I met him on his level. Honestly, I did. And I called him, I don't know, something, you stupid pussy motherfucking asshole, something like that. I met him on his level. And then here's his response to that. No shit. Suddenly he plays the victim. He climbs up to the high ground and goes, "Oh, I'm just trying to have a civil conversation here, and how dare you talk to me like that?" Well, at that point, I realized what his stupid little game is. Angelsnupnup7 is nothing more than a bottom-feeding troll. And if you attack him, he can't meet you on any intellectual level. So he verbally abuses you and goads you from the bottom, on the low ground, until he finally gets you to respond with equal verbal abuse. And the second you do, he climbs to the high ground and pretends that all the time he was just the sweetest, most innocent, civil person just trying to have a conversation. His people were slaves, you mean white supremacists saying harsh things to the innocent slaves. And then that way he gains the higher ground and presents himself as just the sweetest guy in the world who just keeps getting attacked for reasons he can't imagine why. So by this point, I figured out what Angel's little game is, and I don't want to play it anymore. I'm not here to play with little children, okay? And so I just ignore Angel. I just blow him off. I won't respond to him or anything, and boy, does that piss him off. At one point, I even go over to Tiamat's channel, who had made this video that I thought had a positive message for black people. And all I did was post a quick comment saying, hey, this is a positive message, thanks for making this video. Well, Angel rips me up one side and down the other and claims I'm part of some global conspiracy of white supremacists to create discord and get black people to fight with each other. And it's like, no, I just complimented the man. And Angel even gets so arrogant as to tell me I'm not welcome on this person's channel. Like, who the fuck does Angel think he is, walking into somebody's home and telling him who's guest or welcome in the guy's home? Well, anyways, Tiamat, of course, comes on and in a very gentleman way just says, hey, anybody is welcome here who follows the rules. Well, Angel just looked like a complete and total ass at that point. And of course, through the whole exchange on Tiamat's channel, I'm telling him, dude, I don't want to fight with you. I'm not interested. I don't want to play his fucking game anymore. And so it ended up being a huge embarrassment for him, and he kind of goes away for a while, and then I guess he hits the bottom of his med cycle or something. I don't know what sets the guy off, but he swings moods, and then he starts sending me these messages again, trying to goad me into a debate. Of course, he's a troll, and so he wants me to start exchanging a bunch of hateful assaults, and then the second I meet him on his level, he climbs to the high ground and claims victory. So I tell him, dude, if you keep this verbal abuse up, I'm just going to block you. And he says, go ahead, I'll make a video and I'll tell everyone how you blocked me because you're too afraid to debate me, and it'll be a great victory for me. And I was like, go ahead. So I just blocked him. And, you know, if he wants to claim victory, that's fine. If this is what he calls victory, I hate to see what he calls failure. Recently, I also saw this video by You Heard Me the First Time, and I highly recommend you check her out. She is actually extremely articulate. She is a black female. She's extremely articulate, very intelligent, and if you challenge her, you better be ready because she will not attack you on any slimy level like Angelsnupnup7. She will show in rational detail how she arrives at her conclusions, and she will refute your arguments, and she does it in a very intelligent way. I highly recommend her. Nothing but respect for the girl. Well, she made this video about people like Angelsnupnup7 who get into these debates and use these slimy tactics. And she pointed out something that became quite the revelation for me. When somebody relies on personal attacks and diversionary tactics like Angel relies on exclusively, it's because they don't have anything else. If they did, they'd use it. So if you sit there and you point out the irrationality of their responses, it's not like they're going to go, oh, gee, I see that you're right, and then proceed to offer a rational argument that meets you on the high ground. Instead, by debating them, you're just going to be pulled to the low ground. So there's nothing to do other than point out the irrationality of their argument and turn and walk away. The second they relied on a personal attack, they lost the debate. At that point, they've already lost. And you're never going to get them to acknowledge victory by continuing to debate them. Instead, turn and walk away and enjoy your victory in silence. And I wish I would have done that with Angel. I'd have saved myself a lot of time and trouble. And I appreciate You Heard Me the First Time pointing this fact out. It was very helpful. And so from now on, when black supremacists come here and rely on those slimy tactics, I'm just going to ignore them. I'll point out once the irrationality of it, and that'll be it. And then if you proceed to troll or spam or do anything disruptive, you'll be blocked. If you want to play games, go find a playground. If you want to have an intelligent conversation, you act like an adult. Otherwise, you will be blocked. End of story. And Angel, you can do your little victory dance and all that. Fact is, I pointed out that you're a racist using rational, intelligent arguments, and all you did was call me a bunch of names. And if that makes you feel victorious, by all means, feel like the victor. But in the end, the fact is, you're blocked, and I ain't going to have anything more to say to you for as long as you live. Goodbye.
Hello again, okay, here in this video. This is a message up to Angelsnupnup7. That's right. I want to send a message up to Angel, okay? Angel, I don't hate you, okay? This is not a bash outside of to tell you that I don't dislike you. I think that you've done a really good job on some of your videos. I think that you mean well, and I think that you spread a good message in a lot of what you say, but at the same time, recently you've been spreading a lot of division, an awful lot of division. And whether you know it or not, Angel, you are helping the global elite. You are feeding in
and doing exactly what they want you to do. In reality, Angel, what you're doing is you are helping the very people who are responsible for enslaving the black people to begin with. Rather than going after them and speaking out against them and fighting them and taking them out, you're helping them. That's exactly what you're doing, Angel. And I know you're going to say you're not, but I know you are. I know you are, Angel. Because I see what you're doing. I see the titles of your videos. I see what you're doing. Angel, anytime you label somebody, the skin color, you got to recognize my skin color. I'm a white man, don't you? Why are you recognizing I'm a white man? It's like me recognizing your skin color, Angel. I don't want to see your skin color. I want to see you as a man. So when I look at you, I look you in the face and I see you as a man, a human being. I don't want to notice that you're black. Do you understand? I don't want to see that, because what I want to see is a human being. Because that's what we all are. Our skin color not matter. I don't care where you come from. And when you say that the white people done it, the white people done it, it's like the people say the Jews did it, the Jews did it. It's what the global elite wants you to do. That's what's keeping us divided. And that's what will get us killed. That's what will allow history to repeat itself. And that's what will allow them to open up these camps and literally kill millions of us. And they're not going to care about our skin color. They're going to kill you regardless of what you are. And I know you want to say it's a conspiracy theory. But if it's a conspiracy theory, I'm going to say this to you right now. The 2-3 million unemployment that we have going on right now in the United States is fucking a conspiracy theory, and it's not real. And if you know damn well it is real, then what the hell are you doing using conspiracy theory to try to cover up the truth? History has repeated itself over and over and over and over and over, and that's all it does. All you got to do is open your eyes. It's really happening. Angel, you are helping the global elite. You are helping the people who are responsible for enslaving your people to begin with by doing what you're doing. If we're ever going to have a better world, a world where people can live and get along and work together and all be happy, and we can all strive together, if we're ever going to have that world, the first thing we have to do is we have to recognize that other human being is another human being and not their damn skin color. We have to recognize them as that first. Then we have to recognize who are the ones responsible for making these tragedies happen to us. As in, who are the ones responsible for enslavement? No, don't you worry about their skin color. Don't you fucking worry about where they're from, their skin color, or anything like that. You locate these people and you go after them people like you would any other criminal. And you stop them. That's how you stop evil to begin with. But we don't do that, do we? We sit back. It's just like they said, but slavery went on for 200 years. And I look at what's going on in today's society, and I look at how dumb people become, and how everybody pees their pants at the thought of authority figures coming at them, and pees their pants, and yes, sorry, boss, and becomes that submissive. Everybody, this is not a black thing. This is white, black, yellow, purple, Mexicans, Chinese, all of us globally are fucking pissing our fucking pants pretty much right now, ain't we? In the United States, I can guarantee you the people in the United States are pissing their fucking pants. The whole majority of them are pissing their pants, scared shitless. Won't stand up for themselves to their employers, won't stand up to government officials when the government officials are breaking the laws, allowing them to break the fucking laws and doing nothing about it because you're scared. Look, all of this has been done by design. It's all controlled by the global elite. Every last bit of it has been going on for a long time. And if we're ever going to stop this, and we're now, okay, if you don't want a third world war, then you don't want to see millions of people die. If you want your jobs back, then you got to start caring about other people. And the first thing you have to do is you have to forget skin color. You have to totally forget skin color, and you have to forget that completely. It don't exist. You see them as a human being, and no more and no less. You take the time to get to know somebody. You respect the fact they have feelings, emotions, and needs and wants. You don't tell them what to think, what to do, what to feel, how to act. You let them decide that. You don't tell them that. They don't have a right to tell you that neither. You have to stand together, people. We have to work together as real adults. See, real adults do not go to war. Real adults don't outsource all their fucking jobs so they can leave their people hurting. Real adults doesn't recognize somebody because they're black, or they're pink, or they're yellow, or they're white, or they're Asian. Don't matter. Real adults don't see that. Real adults do not see that. You have to remember that. But anyhow, Angel, I want you to step back. You've done some really good videos. You've spread a really good message out there a lot of times. And at the same time, now recently, you've been really slandering what you have done. You're ruining your other work. You're not thinking, Angel. You need to step back yourself, man. You need to do this. Think. Think. I'm not kidding you, Guy. It does not matter what atrocity's been put on your people or my people. We have to look for, well, I'm not saying it don't matter in that fashion. What I mean is, we want to stop it from ever happening again. Do we or do we not? If we do, we have to look for the people who caused it and stop worrying about the damn skin color. Worry about names. Worry about names. What are the names of the people that started this shit? Name their name. Call that human being that done this. Don't use skin color or race. I don't care if they're from China. I don't care if they're from Russia. I don't care if they're from Japan. I don't care if they're from Africa. I don't care where they're from. They're a human being just like you and me. They didn't ask for this shit no more than you did. They didn't ask to be born no more than I did. Or you did. All you got to do is step back and think. Angel, you are helping the very same people who enslaved you. I hope you can see that. And I hope you can step back and do some critical thinking skills, dude. Because we need to stop what's going on, or we ain't going to stand a chance of being alive, because they're getting ready to fucking kill us all. And it's no lie what's getting ready to go down. And when it goes down, panicking isn't going to fucking do any good. Violence and wars and getting out your gun to defend yourself isn't going to do you any good. That's what they want. Violence has never, ever, ever, throughout all of history, solved the problems. There's only one way to solve the problem, and that's not through violence. It's through growing the fuck up and standing together. Think about it. Leave your comments and opinions. Next video, you have a good one.